could not be more happy with this week.
You had me in suspense for a while.
Yes, it's the pause. It's that pause. I could not be more happy for this week. You had access. Some of us gained access to Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Odyssey,
Well, now everybody does it.
And
Well, he's
Forza,
talking about the whole week.
Forza Horizon 4 dropped on Gamepass for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
What a week, man! We got some exciting news. We got trailers that came out to talk about
that maybe weren't supposed to.
that maybe weren't supposed to.
I
Wink.
can guarantee you when it's captured on a potato.
Yeah, it's not supposed to come out.
It's very pixelated.
What a
and blurry.
great week. Welcome, everybody. We are the Xonebros. This is your positive gaming and Xbox One community. This is podcast number 231. As always, I'm joined by the bros, the Xonebros. First and foremost, it's Mr. McSpicy. Hey,
Mark Haywood, how was it going?
It's going good. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for asking me.
No, I'm doing great, if you're going to ask me that.
I appreciate it. It's raining here for the first time. Oh, I drove home from work today, by the way. Sorry, this is a side note. First rain. We have accidents everywhere. People,
Yeah.
when it's raining outside,
Do you know what my theory is on
drive
that?
slower.
I have a theory on that.
That the crappy drivers die, and then that's why the rest of winter goes so well.
No, that's not my theory.
Okay,
But that's
it's
actually
like survival of the fittest.
That
It's
actually,
basically
I think, fits better.
it's
Nature's-
basically
nature's
real.
way
It's
of
real
weeding
life
them
battle
out.
royale on the freeway.
Yeah, my theory isn't as cool as that.
Okay,
I think mine's a real theory. I don't know. No, I just think because Utah, where we live, everybody we live in Utah, it's growing very fast. We have exponential population growth
Yeah,
with
stop
everybody
coming
coming
here, man.
We have like Adobe coming in. We have all these companies coming into
Yeah.
It's
Utah.
getting too crowded. Stop.
And I think they're not a Four Seasons kind of people that come in here, and so they don't know that they need to get better tires when driving through the rain.
Perhaps
Do you think that's a good theory?
I think it's a credible theory,
Okay.
but I don't agree with it.
Okay.
Do you want to know what my theory?
Then you don't think it's a credible theory.
I mean, I think it's logical.
Oh, okay.
I just think it's wrong.
Okay. No,
Here's my theory.
It happens all the time.
Because it happened when I was here. When I first moved here, and it wasn't the growth rate that it was, but what it is I think you get Utah is kind of a smaller state,
We only got one
but
freeway.
now you've got big.
We got more than one freeway.
Now you've got
Well,
big
We
boy.
even have a Walmart. What are you talking about? We're big time.
Now you've got big boy traffic or semi big boy traffic, and I don't think people know how to drive. They still drive like it's a dirt road.
Yeah, I just
dirt
say
road
don't
farming.
Don't come here.
Don't hey,
Yeah, don't come here.
don't come to Utah. That's where we live.
Yeah.
we like it.
It's getting too crowded.
I don't want neighbors.
I go to Walmart and I gotta wait in line now.
I go to Walmart, and now there's people there.
It bothers me. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. It's a great state. Come if you want.
Great state, come. It's a good time.
Just
Live
Just
over
don't
there.
drive on the freeway when it rains.
Just don't drive on the
so
freeway.
I can get home faster.
Exactly. Those freaking dead people on the side of the road pissing me off. like you just caused my drive
David,
to
that's
go
really
fast.
insensitive.
That is
I want you to know
very-
that's very
that is-
insensitive.
Isn't that
Very
sad that
sensitive.
we all have that thought? You know, we do. We're like,
Oh, yeah.
freak
Oh, I
off.
think Bill
And then you
Burr
feel
talked
guilty,
about it.
and you feel guilty.
Do you know what? I got to tell you, I had a really stressful Tuesday of all days.
I play Forza Horizon 4. I can drive home on the freeway in any condition.
No.
There's 4 seasons in
I
that
think
game.
that talking about those thoughts,
Yeah.
I had those thoughts. I was at an event. I was doing photography at an event. It was a sports event.
Sure.
And there was this little kid with a soccer ball, and I had a really stressful day. And I get you know how Alfred said that there's just people that want to watch the world burn?
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I get it now.
Like a
I really
tangerine.
just wanted to kick that kid's ball.
size
The
of
kid
a
was having
tangerine.
fun. And I just, in my head, I thought I should just kick that ball as hard as I
With like
can,
an evil chuckle.
and just look at his parents and look at him and see what they do. I didn't because
They would probably kill you.
I know.
I would kill you.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
No, but the thoughts, it's just huh.
So
That's-
you do know my wife is a mental health counselor, right? I mean,
Yeah, I guess.
You
I
can-
didn't. It was just a stressful day.
I have a nice, comfortable couch.
That kid's having fun.
I have a
My
comfortable.
day sucks today.
I have a comfortable couch. Come over to my house, lay down.
This is coming from the guy that just says his stuff about the freeway.
But that's real. Like that's not an innocent child.
That's.
I know, but I didn't.
They're all adults.
You gotta understand.
They're all
I'm a
crappy-
really nice guy. I'm a really
You
nice
are.
guy.
You
I
are.
just, I would have gone and got the ball probably. I don't know. I don't know what would have happened.
You were picturing.
What's that one movie where
It's like a movie.
He got the ball and he's like, oh, you want it, and then he kicks it away from the. What?
Go
there's a
get
movie-
it.
Yeah. What is that movie?
I know.
Oh, it's Biff from
does it in
from
Back to the
yeah.
Future.
That's
I mean,
what
he throws it.
He's like, oh, you
He
want
throws
the
it
ball?
on the
Go
roof.
get it.
Yeah, he throws it on the roof.
So was I
you
Biff?
So you're
could've
Biff.
been you almost biffed
But
it.
it was only one day and it was a Tuesday.
You are the Biff of the
and it was
X1
only for
Bros.
It was a split second.
You were
it
gonna.
was,
They call it. Yeah, we're gonna
I
call
don't know,
that biffing.
But I didn't do it. Come
You
on,
biffed
guys.
You biffed
You
it.
wanted-
I'm a biffer.
You had biff desires.
You biffed it.
Biff desires.
yeah.
Next, he is Jord the
Or
man.
BDs.
Jordan Paskett. Jordan, your house, it's almost built, which means gameplay. Wait, you're moving in tomorrow.
Yeah.
Which is why we're
No,
recording
I-
the podcast today.
Yeah, it was a really big week at work. A lot of stuff, right?
of stuff
So I'm actually off work tomorrow and tonight. So yeah, we're moving in tomorrow. It's gonna be great. I've only been able to play like super late at night for like an hour, before I have to go to
It's
bed.
not
and do it
Jordan-
all.
it's not
No,
Jordan
I did.
gaming.
I've been living like a caveman.
Yeah, that's...
It's not how I like it, but yeah, everything's gonna be set up. That's why we're doing it tonight, because tomorrow I'm gonna move during the day, gonna set it all up at night. Be done.
Do
Yeah,
you
we're
have
moving in.
how you're going to lay out? Because you have your game room
Yeah, it's
set up.
all gonna
but
be
how
laid
you're
out,
gonna lay it
yeah.
out?
Yeah.
I'm actually moving my desk around this weekend. Where
Does anybody have an extra desk?
I'm putting my desk.
Like, are you asking the entire world or me?
Well, I mean, if whoever listens, I need a desk, and if I don't have to buy one,
What
I
kind
think
for
I think my little brother has
have-
a desk I can borrow.
I have
don't want
that-
that glass. So you have that,
Yeah, I
that
have the
crap.
glass
That's
one.
crap. No offense. I have standards.
I gotta say that glass desk that you say is crap is the one that's right in front
Oh
of you.
yeah, but see, look at the difference between this desk and that desk. They're probably
If you had a soccer ball right now, I would kick it as far as I could.
You want to biff him?
I want to biff you right now.
But no, you can see like the dust and the fingerprints. And I remember when we had it when we were living together.
Yeah.
In the glory
Yeah,
days.
no, the
and
fingerprints
it's
kills
just,
it.
Yeah. We call those the glory days when David and I were living together.
They were
A lot of good
glorious.
stuff happened.
And I was on the couch in the next room.
Yeah.
They were glorious.
the time.
They were glorious. Glorious days.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
where we all got in debt.
Those are those are days you don't get
That was
back.
cool. One time, David made me mad, and I think I threw my cheeseburger wrapper at him, and then
Probably.
I left.
Yeah, probably.
I remember that.
One
That's
time-
what I did back in the day. Oh yeah.
One time, Jordan made me mad. So we lived with our grandparents when we moved here. We were both going to school. And
Well,
my grandparents,
I kind of went to school.
my grandparents were out of town.
let's be real.
My grandparents went to Hawaii for like 3 months, and so
That
we
was
were,
the worst
we
winter
were-
of my life.
We were because the water heater broke
We were literally
in January.
Yeah.
January.
And then
Yeah, that sucks.
Waking up to cold showers when it's minus 20 outside is
Yeah.
not fun.
tell him
Yeah.
the second part.
Oh, there was like a gas leak?
Yeah, we couldn't turn on the heater because the carbon monoxide alarm kept going off.
Yeah, for no reason. I think it was broken.
For no
actually.
reason.
I think it was broken.
It was stupid.
I mean, I couldn't
Cracked
smell,
the window.
I couldn't smell anything, so it must have been broken. Just ignore that.
crack
No,
the
you smell
window.
something? No.
Oh,
Oh,
we
it's okay. It's
take
broken.
the battery out. It
It's broken. No.
was the worst winter of my life.
No. Jordan pissed me off one night. It was like midnight. He was sleeping, and I can't remember what he did. He left something out, and I tripped over it or something. I don't remember.
Oh,
it was
no,
tired.
that's
I was
what it
tired.
No, that's what it was. I remember what it was. The door incident, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was told Grandma and Grandpa were coming home that day or the next day, right?
Yeah.
So I got off work at like 11:30 because I was working at a fast food restaurant back then.
Yeah,
and
Dairy
I
Queen.
came home and I said, David, we got to do that right. Grandma and Grandpa are coming home tomorrow. And anyway, funny. Yeah, you can
Anyway,
finish
so
the
I was
rest.
cleaning up. I was cleaning up Jordan's mess, as usual.
That's right, because we were in separate rooms.
And Jordan was sleeping in my grandparents' room, and I got so pissed.
you tripped
I
over
like
the laundry.
I like freaked out, and I punched the door, and I was like, Jordan! I punched the door, and my
the
fist
hinges,
went right
man.
through it. The door
Well,
came,
you've been at that house or not?
the door
Very,
came off the hinges. My grandparents are like the nicest people ever.
It's
and,
true. I ran into my grandma's
And
car
so
one
I
time.
ruined their door. So
I remember that.
And so what we did was we took off. The next morning we just took that door off its hinges and put it in this spare bedroom that they had, and took that door.
And we turned it to the inside.
And we
so
turned to
you
the
could
inside
see.
so they could say we took that door and put it on their doors so they wouldn't know. But then they saw it. And
But
I
what's
told
funny
them
is
what happened.
They actually didn't come home the next day. So
Yeah, it
we
was like
had-
a week later. Jordan
Yeah.
had his times wrong.
Yeah,
so,
someone gave me faulty information.
faulty information.
But then, yeah, that was a good time.
Yes, it was. Last but not least, I am X1. We are the X1 Bros. Forza Horizon. Oh wait, first before we get to that,
What?
it's time for the game drawing, but we're going to actually do our game drawing next week. So join us next week. We just didn't have everything set up this week. Join us next week. We're going to do the monthly Patreon game drawing. There's 2 ways to get into the drawing. If you're live here in Mixer, you'll be entered, and then you don't have to be live. If you are a Patreon subscriber, you're automatically entered into the drawing.
Yeah.
So join us next week. We will do that.
We're gonna do it live right before the recording of the show. So
Live right before the show.
So
And
what
then
was- this
we'll
is
announce
like
the winner on the show. Of course,
9:30 9:30 p.m. next Friday.
Eastern.
Just
Eastern.
hop on in while we're setting up and everything. We'll do it.
We
right
had a
before the
community
show.
play. Jordan, would you like to report on the community play? It was Halo Master
Oh.
Chief. It was this last Saturday. Let me tell you, I'm considering just doing permanent Halo Master Chief community plays because Master Chief Collection because wowzers, that game is just fun.
Dude, I'm considering going pro because I sniped the crap out of people.
Dude, you sniped me a
was-
couple times.
Headshot.
You sniped me a
Headshot.
couple times.
At a certain point, I think I was just using one hand. Like it was that good.
He was just eating a burger in one hand. In the other hand, he just had his controller.
No,
with the right.
I don't mean to be prideful or brag,
Well,
but
you
it was
kind
a
of
good
are.
time.
You kind of are prideful.
No, that was dude. I don't honestly. I don't know what happened. I just, when you like see the Matrix, and you're
Like
just,
the lines.
yeah, you just see you're just in
We're
the
talking
Matrix.
about the community play, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But that one round, like it was so much when we played
I'll
SWAT.
tell you, no.
That was so
The
fun.
round, the funniest thing that happened
Oh, yeah.
in all of the rounds was King of the Hill on that huge map that we were on, and it's the end. And Jordan, the entire
Jordan's
game.
being a cheapwad.
Jordan,
using a stupid vehicle with a BB gun.
I found the Hornets. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get
found
in
a
this.
Hornet and he stole it, and he's just up in the air. And
all I would do
and he was
is-
on my team.
Yeah.
And McSpicy, you were on the other team.
Yeah.
And so my team was just capturing these points, and
Like,
Jordan
'cause I just
was just
hover up.
blowing away anybody.
No,
that was
he was
coming by.
he was doing chip damage like crazy. That thing's not very strong. Like this whole time, it's just like
Air
an annoying
superiority,
fly.
man.
You're just like, stop
Then-
it, stop it.
then-
And so I was like, everybody just shoot at it
Then all of a sudden,
So they did. You guys did get me down once.
Yeah,
because
you
I
did.
shot at it.
But
did.
no one knew where the Hornets were, so I took the one at our base. So I just ran over to your guys' base and took yours. So
Yeah,
I
this
got
is
back
funny.
in the Hornet.
Yeah. Then I'm running back. It's the end of the game. We got to capture this last point, and I'm running to the game, and I'm sneaking up to the last capture point because there's rocks around where you got to go in the circle.
Yeah.
And I'm sneaking up, and I see.
Hold on. Up to this point,
Okay.
I'm getting so frustrated with Jordan.
Yeah.
I go not towards the King of the Hill section.
Yeah.
I go find myself a vehicle.
Yeah.
And I park the car that has a gun in the back, a Warhog.
Yeah.
And then I get in the gun and I aim it right up at Jordan.
And you're firing at him.
And I'm just like,
And
okay,
I'm
let's shoot
coming
this
up,
guy.
and I see Spicy in his car, in his hog,
just shooting at him. 'cause
firing at
this whole
boom,
time.
boom, 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 boom.
He's been this annoying
And
fly in the
next thing
sky.
I know, I see these missiles coming down and just boom, 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 and Mark explodes, and you just hear, "He's got missiles!"
It has rockets.
I was so he hadn't used rockets the whole map. I didn't know those things had rockets.
Dude.
And then all of a sudden, as I start shooting at him, boom! I get the hell blown out
I
of me.
wish I would have recorded because
That
it
It's
was
got
awesome.
rockets.
It
Are
was-
you kidding me?
It was awesome. That was so much fun. Then we did capture the flag. Our one capture the flag round where it was 2
Oh,
to
the
2.
first time we played.
The
That was
first
a good
time we
round.
played 2 to 2, and it was back and forth. They capture the flag mode on that map. What map is that, by the way? What is that? Halo 2?
Death map is what I call it because everybody runs towards the middle. That was a Halo 2 anniversary map. What was it? Sanctuary, I think.
I think it's called Sanctuary. Yeah.
That one was a blast.
It's a good map.
And then we did finish with.
Play a little Juggernaut. That was
we
fun.
did finish with. What's the one where it's 1 kill, 1 life?
I don't know the game mode, but it was we each had one life.
It's 1 life. McSpicy dominated.
Yeah,
in
you
that
did
one.
actually every round.
Yeah.
It was
Way
McSpicy
to
and
not
Jordan
brag
1
like
and
I
2.
did.
I was
I
gonna say
appreciate-
I got more W's than you did, but apparently
I
But
appreciate.
those headshots, man. I still think to this day, and I'm going to say it, and I don't
Say
care
it.
if people disagree with
Say
me.
it.
I think SWAT is the best game mode.
yeah.
And it's in other games, and they call it their own thing, but it's basically headshots only. And I
Headshots
really
only.
think it's one of the funnest game modes. It makes you feel great when you get a kill.
It's because
'Cause you
this
got a
game
headshot.
has battle rifles.
Yeah.
That's what makes it fun. Headshots with battle rifles is fun.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. So we might consider. We're definitely going to do a lot more
Dude,
Halo
maybe
Master
we'll
Chief
just jump in
Collection.
between Master Chief Collection and 5, because 5 we had a good time too.
Especially since it's on Game Pass now, that opens it up to the whole
Yeah.
community. So make sure if you want to join us in the future, download that game because it's freaking huge. All of the Halo games are ginormous.
Got to start the
When-
week before.
I'm going to be
You
honest.
gotta start the week
I'm
before.
going to be honest. Halo does it right. Even after Bungie left and 343 Industries did their own thing,
Yeah.
they do it right. They make it fully customizable in the multiplayer, so you can play games like that. We can download our own custom game modes. We can make our own custom game modes.
That's Halo 5. They don't have it.
And in Master Chief, do they have Forge and Master Chief Collection? No, I don't think they do. But still, but
However,
Halo does
McSpicy,
multiplayer.
you and I
good.
need to go back through because they added the Halo 3 ODST.
That's one of my favorite.
And that
campaigns.
one it shows complete all the way across except that one because that one came after the fact. They added
Okay.
that after the fact. We got to go back and do that. We also got to do Halo 5.
We haven't done Halo
We haven't
5
done
yet.
Halo 5
Yeah.
either. We're losers. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, losers.
ODST is basically the entire cast of Firefly. So I don't know why you haven't played it.
I know.
I do
Nathan
enjoy
Fillion's my
I
hero.
do enjoy Firefly.
Like on many different levels.
yeah,
It's a good one.
that
You're the
character
rookie.
speaks to me. A cowboy
Buck.
in space.
Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion's also in Halo 5.
No, Firefly. I mean, his character. In
Oh
Firefly.
yeah.
Yes,
Well,
yes,
that's. I mean, it's a western in space.
It's a Western in
Firefly is a
space, yeah.
western in space. Well, I guess Star Wars.
It's a
kinda is too, but-
Swastern.
So ODST.
Western.
It's a
Swastern.
It's a spestern. It's a spestern.
Western.
I love those spesterns.
Those
Give me a good
spestern.
old.
That's
Give me
a
a good
good-
old spaghetti spestern.
Yeah. Give me a Spestern over a chick flick any day.
Yes.
Good old fashioned.
ODST 3. Where do you rank it in your Halo?
ODST 3. Oh, Halo ODST.
Halo 3 ODST.
Dude,
Where do
it's,
you rank
it's,
it in your?
it's probably one of my...
ODST the third. ODST the third. Give me
the
your
third.
thoughts.
Yeah, give me your thought. Esquire.
No, it's one of my favorite campaigns. Like the way they do the campaign, because they do it in chunks. They basically, you start out here after everything happened, and it's
They
kinda
jump
like,
around in
whoa,
time?
and then you jump back to how that happened,
Oh.
and then you go
I
back
like
and
when-
forth, and the story basically meets kind of. It's a really good way that I think it's one of my favorite.
I like when stories play with time
Yeah.
a lot. What do you
Like
think?
36 hours earlier.
What do you
Yeah,
think?
well, that's what happens. Yeah, it's
What do you
very
think is
cool.
the most underrated game this generation? Like a game that's really good that
I don't
didn't
know.
get
I
as much.
probably haven't played it.
Because that just reminded me that the messing with time reminded me of Quantum Break, which I think is
dude,
very
that game
underrated.
yeah, I
But
would
is that?
agree.
Do you think that's
Very
the
good
most
game.
underrated game on Xbox this generation?
Yes. I don't know.
I think Rise is going to be up there in that.
I think
Oh, yeah,
Rise
Rise
just
too.
because it got hammered and it shouldn't have.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sunset Overdrive is out there.
I have
but
have one that
Yeah, Sunset
everyone
Overdrive's a little underrated, I feel.
that
Yeah.
everyone will disagree with me, but I have one. It's Prominence Poker.
I
mean,
I don't disagree with you on
Yeah,
that.
it's a
okay.
very niche game. It's a free to play game, but it's the best poker game out there.
It's the best poker game this side
And you
of
can buy
Vegas.
hats.
You can buy hats.
Actually, I was on.
you can buy pistols.
I was on late the other night. I don't remember what night it was, but it was late. And said Mr. McSpicy Prominence Poker, and I was like, And I thought about joining you for half a second, and then I didn't.
well, you wouldn't afford the buy-in.
Oh.
I was playing some high roller.
I'd buy my way in with real cash.
I was playing. Yeah. Well, then come on in. I'll take your money. I was playing high stakes cash games.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How does
but
that go?
Fake cash games. It's really good.
How'd you do? I mean,
Oh, I made $500,000 easy.
oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
It's kinda my thing. I really like poker a lot.
There you go.
I don't think it was easy, but I did make a lot. I'm up this season for sure.
Nice. Do they do seasons in Prominence
Yeah,
Poker?
they do. Yeah.
Wow. And then you get ranked. Like, do you have ranked matches and unranked matches, stuff like that?
Yes. The problem is, it puts you when you get because every time I play the seasons because it's ranked and everything, you can only go so high before the games don't fill up
Oh.
because there's not a lot of people playing at
Yeah.
that high level.
Yeah.
And so once I hit a certain point, I just start playing cash games
Oh.
because I'd never find a game.
Yeah. That's annoying.
Yeah.
That
But
sucks.
but I mean, it's just because it's an underrated game and no one plays it.
It is what it is. We should bring back some poker nights. We did a couple before. We should.
It's fun.
It's getting that time, especially once it snows. Once the snow falls, let's do some
I'll do
poker
it,
nights
yeah.
by the fire.
I'll do it. If anybody, I've had people this week when I've been playing. I've had people just join me. So
Nice.
just send me a message, say, "Can I join you?" And I'll say, "Sure. Here's an invite."
Yeah.
Don't just walk into my house. Send a message first. But if I'm on playing, join.
Very
same with-
nice.
and yeah.
If you will announce the next community play next week, if you want to join us on this in any of our community plays, if you want to join poker, if you want to join fun gaming discussions in an awesome community, come join us over on Discord. Come hang out, have fun. The community is amazing. x1bros.com/Discord to join the server. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We are there. So check it out if you're not over there yet. We actually got a lot of new guys in Discord
All right.
recently. So
Yeah.
the awesomeness that is Discord. Come join us, X1 Bros. It's a great place to be. So, I want to start with Jordan.
Oh.
AC Odyssey.
Oh.
Big Spicy, did you play this?
No,
as well
he
this
didn't
week?
know it existed.
Oh,
Don't say
Sorry.
that. Sorry, I'm
Oh.
embarrassed for that.
No, it was-
I
it was
did know it
hilarious.
exists, but my brain was broken.
oh, that's okay.
I was like, "What are you talking about? It just came out. What are you talking
I will
about? It's been out for a year."
He
again.
thought it was Origin.
Again,
Yeah, the old words.
I have a nice couch, and my wife is a mental health counselor.
She helps people.
No.
And you know what? I'll
'Cause-
let you play video games while she talks. Go to the
It's,
couch.
it's
on the
actually
couch out
really
there.
embarrassing because we even went to E3 and we saw Odyssey
The
up
helmets.
around and the helmets and everything, and I'm just like thinking in my head, I'm so stupid because this is coming from a guy that doesn't watch a lot of reviews or trailers or anything, right? I'm like, why are they still playing that Assassin's Creed? Like, and I totally tune out.
You mixed up Origins.
I
with
mixed
Odyssey.
up Origins and Odyssey.
Oh,
I was stupid.
Well, they both start with, I could say, just at a glance, not paying attention.
Yeah.
I do that all the
Assassin's
time.
Creed.
So Jordan calls me. He's all, it's awesome. I'm going around just 300ing everybody, just kicking
Yeah,
them
he
in the
said he's
chest.
just kicking him in the chest. This is Sparta.
Yeah.
Jordan,
Can I tell you guys like the first 5 minutes of the game?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Everyone's going to play. If you're going to play
were
it
you-
first
sorry,
5 minutes.
yeah.
Sorry,
Were you done? I apologize.
well, I just
I
want to
feel like
say what Jordan said to me.
Oh, go ahead.
Full credit. This is Jordan.
Yeah.
full credit, go.
He said it's not a assassin game anymore. It's a murder game.
Look,
Because he goes around just killing people like that.
I was telling, because I'm not super far because I've only been able to play like an hour a night because I'm doing all this house stuff. But I don't know really the lore anymore because I mean for some reason we keep going into the I thought the whole Desmond Abstergo thing was over, like
Oh, and we're back to it.
yeah. Well, you're always back to it, right? Like in Black Flag, it was like, nah, you're making a video game. Like they're just throwing stuff in there. So I don't know, but in this one, like nothing's mentioned about the assassins so far, and like you're just killing people. But I mean, you're in Greece, and everybody's cool. They're like,
What can he do? He killed him.
Are you a Spartan?
yeah.
You're a Spartan?
Okay, so
you're raised to kill. I mean,
yeah.
that's it. You're
Dude,
raised
first
to
of
be a
all,
warrior.
So I wasn't really cared about this game. I guess I wasn't really into
You weren't
it.
super hyped.
But
on it.
then what had happened is a guy I follow on YouTube who I do trust. He was like, guys, this is the funnest Assassin's Creed game I've ever played, and I said, all right. So I spent the extra and I got the early access thing because why wait? Why wait?
Yeah.
Money's just sitting there begging to be spent.
Anyway,
Spend it.
so and I played it and the first I was hooked. So the first 5 minutes,
'Kay.
it flat. You start the game. Well, what's really cool and what you might like. So there's modes you can choose from. There's called advent. So there's the difficulties which are great, usual stuff there. But then there's this other mode called I don't know, basically normal mode or the way the game. Anyway, so.
I have
One
no
mode,
idea what you were
yeah,
just
yeah.
talking
So let
about
me
right
explain the modes.
I kind of really just tuned out.
Okay, so
you lost me right there on the menu.
This is
system.
why I didn't know it existed.
You don't paint
sorry,
the
because
picture
whenever
well.
you talk
Let me-
about
okay.
it.
Yeah, I was
So you
sure.
start the game, you pick either Alexios, which by the way, there's a special edition Alexa called Alexios that I want to buy.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so you pick Alexios or Cassandra, right?
Okay.
And you pick them, and it's like, oh, do you?
These are your characters.
Yeah, these are the two characters you pick. And then it asks you, oh, how do you want to make the Animus simulation? Do you want me to make it really realistic? And then those are the difficulties, easy, medium, hard. I just pick the normal. But then they're like, oh, and we can also do this. And what this separate screen is it's basically kind of like breadcrumb trail mode, which is just the normal Assassin's Creed mode, where when you get a mission, the objective pops up on the screen. You go to the objective, you do the mission. Or there's, I don't know what they call it, the other mode, which basically doesn't show any objectives at all. And I was thinking, oh, that's probably just like a hardcore mode. But what's really cool is in the game itself, the way everything is set up is when people will tell you have decisions now that you can talk back to people
Instead of breadcrumb.
So, you always have that.
Oh, okay,
but
okay.
if you turn off let's just call it the breadcrumb trail
Sure.
mode, because it just kind of shows you where to go, you actually have to ask people. Like there's one instance where they're like, oh, yeah, he's at the vineyard. And you can reply, oh, where's the vineyard? And she'll go, oh, it's by the big Zeus statue, and then go east.
Oh.
So it gives you.
I
so you
absolutely
can,
love that.
Yeah, so you don't. And then it turns off.
That's a lot more immersive.
Yeah, so it turns off the object, so you can choose how to play, right?
Oh,
and you can
okay.
change it at any time in the main menu.
I probably will buy this game just because
But
of that
it's cool.
feature.
So you're like, okay, Zeus East, and it's really cool.
Is
so
Zeus naked?
Zeus is naked,
Dude.
and he's a man,
Hung like
He's
a
a-
god.
big stone man,
Big
and
stone.
you're like, yeah, you
God.
throw that lightning bolt.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you
Does.
throw that
So
lightning
first-
bolt, Zeus.
First thing
Zeus.
is, I think the reason this game is doing awesome is because of the setting. I mean, how much?
Sparta's so cool.
Take Rise for example. How much fun was Rise because you're a Roman
You're
soldier
Rome.
who just
You
beat down
are a
people.
Roman badass.
Dude. And okay, so first 5 minutes of the game, I just connected. I on a deep level.
Once you saw Zeus naked, you were in.
I was like,
You're
oh
like-
my god. No, it starts out at the
up?
Battle of Thermopylae, which is the Battle of 300.
Yeah.
So anyway, it pans up these things, and there's King Leonidas just jacked. You know what
Pans
I mean?
up like a hill.
Yeah, no, it pans up like this hill, and King Leonidas is looking over the ocean, and he's just
He's jacked, okay.
like normal, right? And then his commander comes up, who's also jacked,
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I expect no less.
Amen.
I've seen that movie.
And
I've
he
seen that
goes,
movie
yeah.
too.
It's
and
just a whole bunch of
he talks,
jacked men in Speedos.
He's like,
Jack men fighting.
he talks to the
Speedos.
commander, and the commander goes, "We're ready, sir." And he goes, whatever the commander's name was, we'll call him Tom for now, because that's
Okay,
what
Tom.
he goes, yeah, he goes,
Tom the Commander.
He goes,
This is the origin.
Commander Tom.
This is the origin story of MySpace.
yeah. So anyway, I forget his name. Anyway, so
Tom,
he
he's
goes,
everyone's friend.
He's looking into the ocean, jacked King Leonidas, and he goes over to Jack Tom, and he goes, "Tom, have you ever went fishing with your son?" And Tom was like, "No, sir. I've only had the honor of the army is all I've known." And King Leonidas goes, and he kind of like, "Let's do what we must." And you're like, "Oh." Like you connect,
man.
and you're like, "Oh man, dude, they're dudes,
They're warriors.
wanting
They are
to
men.
spend time with their family, but now they just got to kick some butt." I mean, I really connected with him, and he goes, and then he like jacked King Leonidas, goes to the rest of his jacked army.
What did he jacked? King
Jacked.
Leonidas? I mean, we
Yeah,
gotta
dude, he's-
let's fix our terms.
So, I'm telling you,
So this
these
is
guys are
rated M.
ripped. These guys are ripped, man. I look at these guys and I want to be them.
I know what you mean.
So he's walking, and his army's like making a path for him because
Yeah.
he's awesome,
'Cause
and
he's jacked.
He gives a speech. Yeah.
And Tom's jacked too.
Yeah.
Tom,
And he-
he's only known the army.
And he gives this.
His wife
doesn't
is
fish.
the army.
He doesn't fish.
Not
He
with
gets-
his son.
Dude, no, it was
just
like
gets jacked.
the first 30 seconds. It was emotional. Like he just wants to spend time with
I
his
get that.
family.
No, I can feel it.
And freaking Xerxes,
Xerxes.
Oh,
you gotta
yeah.
come in
That weirdo.
and be a douche
Yeah. Yeah.
with his millions of people, and they can't fight anyway. So he goes up and he gives this speech. And you guys seen the movie 300?
Oh, of
where they're
course.
like, oh,
Yeah.
and they're doing
Do
that.
they
and you're
do
like,
that?
Oh yeah, and I was doing it with him.
Does he do it? This is Sparta.
And he goes, "This is a speech," and he does for our sons, for our daughters, and then he goes for Sparta, and they're all like, "Rah!" And then he turns around and just stabs someone, and then you start fighting, and that's
This is at the very beginning.
yeah,
of the
very
game.
beginning,
Okay.
and then you start fighting, and let me tell you, there's some abilities. There's one called Bull Rush.
Oh, what is Bull Rush?
It does exactly what you think it does.
You
King Leonidas just holds his spear out, and he just like
Straightforward.
Well,
running.
what they're doing in this game, which is really cool, is I think because you know how Assassin's Creed is really like historical, the time period's very accurate and stuff like that, and I think they can get away with it during this time period. But I feel like they're following a little bit more of the mythos of Greek, you know, like.
Oh,
But
sure.
the thing is, I feel like that's still pretty accurate because in Greece they believed in all of the Greek
Yeah.
mythology, the centaurs. Medusa's a boss, you know what I mean, like the real Medusa. You know what I
that's
mean?
cool.
So I like that it's not super grounded in reality. It has that Greek mythology mixed to
give
it.
Give me game mechanics. Does it differ from
So,
Odyssey?
I
is it
still-
an improvement? Not an
I
improvement.
feel like the combat's improved because you do have different abilities now. Like they're all on your triggers. At least at the beginning. Now that I'm the lowly dude that's
Yeah.
not jacked, I got to work my way up.
Sure.
You know.
You gotta get jacked.
Yeah. So anyway,
you got to get jacked to be jacked.
Amen, brother.
Thank you.
So anyway, yeah. So but I still think fighting multiple enemies feels kind of weird. Like it's not quite there, but it does feel a little bit more refined, especially now that you have the abilities.
Okay.
So imagine Origins combat kind of 2.0. It's,
Okay.
You know, there's still a few little, you know, fighting multiple enemies is where I feel like it's not.
What's the
Quite.
improvement that makes this the funnest game ever?
You don't assassinate, you murder.
Yeah.
You are. It's a murder machine.
Dude,
You're a
well,
murder machine.
the
And
skill-
everyone's cool with it.
yeah.
So obviously you have me sold on the atmosphere. Greece,
Yeah,
Sparta,
the atmosphere
time
is
period,
awesome.
Greek mythology. I'm there.
The armor is ridiculously awesome because it's still the same armor where it's common, rare, your white, purple, green, all that stuff.
Yeah,
But
like in Origins.
the hats, I mean, come on, just imagine like Greek armor. That's
Yeah.
what you're wearing. It's awesome.
Yeah,
how
it's
is
cool.
how is and story lives up to
Yes,
it as well?
story's really good. So because it's Greek mythology, like it's kind of cool. Just the interest of Greece. One thing that you'll really like is they are focusing more heavily on the ocean combat again. And if you look at the map, and now I haven't gotten this far yet, or I mean I haven't gotten too far into the ocean stuff,
Sure.
but if you look at the map, it's set up it's set up kind of like Black Flag, where yes, there's land, but a lot of things are on islands, so you use your boat to get to all these islands. So naval combat is actually a big deal now.
Oh, okay.
And again, people don't care. You just ram right in. The ship sank.
Yeah.
Yeah, they killed him. That guy's
So
leader
basically,
now.
do you feel like, because it sounds to me like you are saying, without saying it, that Origins was like the base
Yeah,
and they've
Origin
just built
was the foundation,
foundation, and they just built
And
upon it.
look, I'm not very far, but I'm willing to say this is one of the best Assassin's Creed games.
That's what
I've
everyone's
ever played.
saying.
Yeah.
That's what everyone's
And
saying around
what
the
it
net,
does,
too.
it's the setting and it's the fact that they're following like the Greek mythos. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like it's not like
I might jump into this one.
Yeah.
I didn't jump into Origins.
Well, and
That was a fun one.
Yeah.
what's fun is Origins kind of followed like the Egyptian mythos where they did have like the big Anubis come up and
Yeah.
and that's what makes it fun. Like you don't have to be super grounded in reality to
Ryan
Yeah.
H says this is Origins but jacked.
Yeah,
basically.
it is. Dude, there's okay, one more part. One more and this is where like dude, Sparta, man. Like so again, right at the beginning, right? I was by the way a couple more stories and then I'll be done, I promise.
Okay.
So I was like
I haven't seen you this excited about a game in a long time.
Dude,
Have you?
Dude,
He's genuinely
so the
He's
live
genuinely
he's
happy.
genuinely
dude, the live
enamorated
action.
with
So you
this
know
game.
how they do live action trailers? The live action ones. No, I don't like. No offense to the guy that did them, but they were hilarious. Like I think they were trying to be serious, but they're so funny.
They were like
they're-
too serious.
They're
They lack
trying to be
self-awareness.
overly dramatic. Like there's this lady holding her baby and crying, and like this. It was just so funny. And then every trailer, all it was like you just Spartan kicking someone, and that's why it was so. I was like you could, anyway. But in the game, Spartan kicking is literally the funnest thing I've ever done in my life. Like, and especially when you're King Leonidas, because his Spartan kick is upgraded. Like he's got
It's
the
jacked.
Yeah, he's got the upgraded Spartan kick, and you just kick people and bull rush, and that's all right at the beginning. And that's how you know what I've noticed? Good games, they have you start out as just a total jacked bad A for 5 minutes, and then they take you back to the normal guy, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh my, and that's how they catch you, man. They get you
It
like
sucks
that.
you in right away.
Yeah, and you're like, oh man, I can be that guy,
Well, you have me really excited about this
dude.
game.
And then King Leonidas, and dude, okay. So they, it's the Persian War. We've all
I think
seen
I want to go
300.
watch 300 now.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what you're making me. Make me want to do.
So we've all
Hercules and Xena.
We've
I'm
all
there.
seen, we've all seen 300, right? You know,
Yeah.
so anyway, the Persians are attacking, and in the game they catch a prisoner, and they're like, "Sir, this guy knows, about the goat path behind us, right?
Sure.
Because we all know how it happened."
Yeah.
And King Leonidas and the Persian guys like he thinks he's tough, but he's not because he's Persian, So he thinks he's tough.
He's not Spartan.
Yeah, he's not a
basically.
Spartan. And he looks up at King Leonidas and he's like, "Yeah, you're going to be surrounded." He goes, and King Leonidas looks down and he goes, "We're Spartans. When are we not?" and then the guy like spits down. He goes, "F." He basically says, "F Sparta." So you know what King Leonidas does?
Throws
He
his javelin.
He shoves the spear right in his mouth.
Oh.
And like it came out of nowhere. It was just like, and it showed, and you're like, oh. And then he pulls it out and he gives another freaking awesome speech.
Oh my goodness.
He goes, "Today, the Persians will remember," because the guy was like, "We will wipe Sparta from the history books," and that's when he shoved the spear in his mouth. And he turns to his guys. He goes, "Today, the Persians will never forget what we did to them," basically because they just hammered him. And he
Yeah.
goes, "And tomorrow, the world will remember what we did." And, dude, and you're just, yeah, it was awesome.
Wow.
It was seriously one of the greatest moments of my life.
Wow, that's a big statement.
Yeah, dude, it was. And the thing is, I'm not even fully upgraded with my guy yet. Like it's
So
so.
I don't
good.
think I should need to ask you this question.
And
You
then they
clearly highly recommend this
And
game.
then they slightly ruined it by bringing that Abstergo crap in there. Dude, why even just like?
yeah, I think just get rid of Abstergo at this point.
I
Yeah.
don't think they can.
Well, what I would
for
do,
lore reasons,
do
you
it
can't.
as Grimoire cards. Do it
Yes,
Grimoire
yeah,
card
no one
style.
cares about that. Yeah.
And then to take it out of the game.
Just take it out of the game. Make it on a separate app that I have to download. Just
Now,
let
the
me play
thing
the
is-
time period.
Assassin's Creed 1, 2, and 3 were really good with the Abstergo stuff because they had a good story with
Yeah,
it.
the story was around
But
it.
I think they're just kind of, you need it in there for the lore, but you're just kind of like, okay.
Do you,
what,
though?
What throws, well, I mean, for your lore buffs, right? I think right now they're just like, just anybody got an idea for Abstergo? Yeah, just put her in there and say it was for like a weapon she needed. and that's what, okay.
An
yeah.
archaeologist
Yeah,
in Greece.
yeah.
Uncovering.
Oh, yeah, well,
the
okay, so
Parthenon.
where I'm at, and I'm not far, right? Because I got distracted doing a lot of bad stuff I shouldn't be doing. But
In the game.
in the game, yeah,
Okay,
sorry.
clarify that.
Yeah. But no one's mentioned anything about the assassins or like in Origins. You
Who needs
kinda,
to?
Yeah,
Who needs to?
so it's just like
I don't think you need to. So, well, okay. I'm interested to come back next week as you dive. This is your initial first impressions, but they're
oh, dude,
highly
they're really-
positive.
Yeah,
I can
and
feel
I'm
the
playing
energy.
it all through the weekend. It's such a fun game. That's all I got.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I just bought it, so.
Oh,
It's so
nice.
Yeah.
Can I watch you play the first part after the show?
Are you gonna be like hiding behind a bush watching me? Like,
Well,
look,
it's just-
that was how you said that was really
like,
creepy.
It's just like Like
yes,
that.
I would love for you to share that moment
Dude,
with me.
it's so good, man.
That's exciting. That is exciting. The other big game that came out,
Yeah, another fun one.
Forza Horizon 4. It's on Game Pass, so everybody can jump in. This is the first time a Forza game has been on Game Pass. It's opened up access to everybody. Super fun. Last week I got my initial dive in. I am very deep in this game now, as it's the Forza Horizon series are some of my favorite. I really enjoy it.
It's a good time.
I really enjoy it. For those of you, we do have a Forza Club. The Forza Club is up. Join it. We're trying to get to top 100. As of this morning, I didn't check it before the show, but as of this morning, I streamed the game. We were at 130.
Yes.
So we are close to that top 100.
I'm trying to get to the point where I can join the club.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm at that part too.
I'm like exhausted.
I think we're going to be able to get top 50, top 25. I think we're going to be able to get really high in the world as a community. If you want to join, we're up. X1 Bros. Search the club. You got to get through the prologue. So let me start there. Let me start with the prologue, and I'll get your guys' thought because you guys are both in the prologue
I'm
currently.
exhausted.
Yeah.
From the prologue.
This is my
It's like, oh man.
This is my biggest criticism of this game. We're going to start with the criticism, the prologue. I understand why they're doing it. They're doing it to show the seasons, right? The new features. Here's the seasons. But I think they do it wrong. They make you jump into the seasons, which you're initially excited for, and you're like, oh. But then they treat it like a normal level up. So you've got to get all this influence. You got to do all these stuff. It just takes too long. In Forza Horizon 3. After like 2 races, you did that main showcase race in the dune buggy, and the helicopter drops off the Jeep, and you race through the jungle, and it was like, "Welcome to Horizon. This is the club." Blah blah blah, and they explain that doesn't come in, and that was like 20 minutes into the game, tops, if it was even that.
Your first sit
and
down.
you jump in, and then you're in the game. And you start going.
Which I actually like how Forza Horizon, all their games do that.
Yeah.
So the lady comes on, welcome to Horizon, and everything.
Welcome to
and then the
Horizon.
music kicks in, and then the camera circles the car, and then it goes behind it, and then you're driving.
So Forza Horizon,
I love that.
Forza
style.
Horizon 4 does that, but then you've got literally at least a 5 to 6 hour prologue before you get to the point where they're like, "You are now a member of Horizon. Welcome." And then it does your normal thing. And then the game unlocks for you.
Yeah.
That's just too long. All they needed to do was one race in each of the seasons.
Yeah.
So as you're playing, for those of you that just picked up the game,
Kind of like the demo we played at
you
E3.
start.
We did play the demo.
Yeah.
That was the demo, that Forza Horizon 4 where she talks to you, and then that's the demo we played at E3.
You start.
The one you couldn't win.
Oh yeah.
You start in autumn, then you go to winter. Then you go to spring, and when you come back to summer, you got to unlock all the showcases. You come back to summer, that's when you're back in. That's when you've officially unlocked Forza. And there was a point in the thing I was thinking during the prologue. We're on my criticism. In the prologue, at one point I was thinking, I don't know if this is going to live up to the hype, because I was like, oh, it doesn't have as much as I thought it would. Because at that point I thought I was in the full game. Then the prologue gets through, and it's an explosion of goodness. Like it's. So that's my criticism.
An EOG.
It's an EOG, an explosion of goodness. EOGIM. M. It's so good. I think Forza Horizon 3 is my favorite racing game of all time. Forza Horizon 4 improves on Forza Horizon 3 in every single way.
Yeah.
Like, give me examples. Give me examples.
Prologue's the exception. I'll give you a great example. Forzathon. Forzathon is a giant improvement. So Forzathon, for those of you that are new to Forza, and there's a lot, because it's on Game Pass, there's a lot of new racers out there. So Forzathon is in all their games, and what it is here is a task to do. This Forzathon is going to be open for the next couple days. There's a timer on it. You do X, Y, and Z, you get this reward. And usually it's a car. Usually there's levels. So usually there's like a normal car, and that has a certain number of tasks. There's a medium car, and then there's like a really rare car that you can only get that way, or, you know.
Like
those are the most difficult
a weekly
tasks.
challenge, essentially, that they
A
bring
weekly
out
challenge.
Yeah.
They've changed that this time. And Forzathon now, there's dailies. So there's a daily task list. So Forzathon now is not a do all these and unlock this car. It's do all these and get Forza points. It's like a separate currency system. And then there's a Forzathon store where every week there's a super rare vehicle. It's the most expensive one. Then there's shirts, because now you have an avatar, which is also a big improvement, by the way.
Yeah.
You got avatar, so shirts, there's emotes, and I don't know, a normal car, right? And you can spend your cash. So your dailies, you get 10 Forza points for all the dailies. You do those every day. For Forzathon Live, so Forzathon Live is this event. It'll count down. It's at the top of every hour. So 7 o'clock in the morning, boom, Forzathon Live. Get there. Everybody in your server goes, and it says, go to this jump. And it shows this, you've got to get 10 million feet in the jump. So you've got,
That's a lot of
the
feet.
whole community's got to jump the jump and add it up to 10 million feet. Then it sends you over to this place, and you got to like get this time on the speed, and it's this, and it adds up. And when you do that, you get 30 Forza points, right? So that's another daily. And then they have these challenges. So this last week, it was 80s hatchbacks. And you have to do all these challenges with 80s hatchbacks cars, and that's the ultimate. That gives you 100 Forza points. Then you can go and spend your cash. That's just one example. That is so much better fleshed out and so addicting, right? Doing that, and that's just one example. Then another improvement: the seasons, which you're not yet to. Seasons.
I'm in autumn. I bought my.
I mean,
they gave me a house. I don't know. I wish I knew these people in real life.
Yeah, I know.
The people are like, we found this house. It's yours. Oh my gosh. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
You need a car to race. Take this one.
So the races are all standard Forza Horizon races, really
Yeah.
good. The championships, there's different championships. There's championships now that when's like right now on summer. So I think actually now autumn is there. So it switched today to autumn this afternoon. So this morning was summer. They have
So
specific
Fridays, the
summer-only championships that are on a timer that only unlock super cool championships, right? All of their showcases, the showcases in Forza Horizon were 3. The showcases in Forza Horizon 4, best ever showcases. My favorite one, the hovercraft. When
Yeah.
you race the hovercraft, have you guys raced the hovercraft yet?
No.
Dude, it will blow your mind. My second, actually no, my all-time favorite one is the Halo experience on the beach. Freaking awesome.
I haven't
It's
even done that
so
one yet.
cool. It's a full experience. You have to get to the full game to
dang it.
unlock that one. Really cool. Driving's there. The perks on each of the cars, it makes skill points matter. On Forza Horizon 3, skill points after a time did not matter. Skill points always matter now. That's a big improvement as well.
Well, I like that they have dailies. That's super cool.
Yeah.
I like dailies.
Yeah.
Then convoys have been improved. You used to only be able to have 4 in a convoy. You can now have 12 in a convoy, and when you're driving around with 12 in a convoy, you can do your
don't mess with
normal races, but only PvP. You can do up to 6 in your convoy as co-op, so you get to choose how you play
Oh, okay,
that
nice.
way. I've yet to
That's cool.
do the online adventure modes, but online adventure, team ranked, that's all brand new. Those team ranked races, that wasn't there before. That's an improvement. Overall, then it's England. I mean, have you been to Edinburgh yet?
No.
Dude, Edinburgh blows my mind. They changed this as well. Instead of having drivatars earn you money, your drivatar, then you get money. You own businesses. You own a car rental business that's
Ooh.
like high end.
Yeah.
It's sweet. Sweet. Then they have cool mission stuff. So they have your business missions, which are all these like tasks to do, which are actually pretty good. Stunt missions, which is like the story about the movie stunts.
Uh-huh.
Then you have
They gave me a house.
Then you have an homage to racing video games, where you race old video games. Like
Oh,
they've
that's
remade
cool.
in Forza Horizon 4 these old video game experiences, basically paying homage to what inspired Forza. It's so sweet.
that's
Everything is on point. Also, the sound levels in this game, so much more balanced. Like when you turn down the volume, guess what? The volume turns down.
criticism on that.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, it's your
it's my
phone. Oh, okay. Sorry. It looks cracked.
It is.
Oh yeah, because yeah. This was the other Forza Horizon games as well.
Forza Horizon 3.
I cannot turn the music off.
Yeah, you got to go. You right on your D-pad.
And go to the radio off.
Radio off.
Yeah, but anytime you go to an event or anytime you do anything in the game other than racing randomly,
I have my music off.
I do too. But every time I go
Weird.
anywhere,
So the only
in
ones that it doesn't do that is showcases. Everything else, I'm off.
when I go into like the festival, when it ever brings up something like where you're like doing your floss and stuff, it puts the music back on.
Oh yeah. Well, at the beginning and after the
Do you
races,
know how
it does. Yeah.
frustrating that is when I want to listen to my own stuff?
Yeah.
Just
it's
and this bugs me.
Okay.
I mean, I like the game. Let's be real, but this has always bugged me in all these Horizon games. You have the meter. You go into the options. It says music is 10, music is 9. There's no 0.
there isn't. It's only a 1.
It goes down to 1, and it's not even. It's still loud.
Yeah.
10%. That's not 10%. That is not 10% of the volume.
That's
got to be like 68, maybe 69.
Yeah, no, in your menu. So first of all, I do think there's another place where I think they've improved. Your Finnish menus, how their presentation of the Finnish menus,
dude,
I think
I was going to tell
superior.
you. One thing I really like is the presentation. Like when you win a race, how it turns white, and then you're like looking at yourself on this big
Dude,
screen.
and, well, because
like,
what it does, it puts your avatar front and center,
Yeah.
and it makes when I'm doing wheel spins or when I'm buying, I don't want cars. I want emotes mostly because some of those emotes are sweet. Well, my showboat emote is the two guns,
Yeah.
pistols, and I shoot them.
Yeah.
So much fun. Overall, I think this is superior in every way to Forza Horizon 3. My criticism, my big criticism, is the prologue. It's going to turn a lot of people off because it's 5 hours. Some people put 5 hours into a game. So you got 5 hours to then experience the full game. And maybe it's not 5 hours. Let's say it's only 3 hours. That's still too long.
It's exhausting.
An
I'm
hour's
exhausted. I turned it off because I couldn't handle it anymore.
Because what you're doing is you're just trying to get points to get to the full game. So I don't know if they can patch that and just give me one race in each.
They won't patch
thing.
it. It's part of the game.
Yeah.
I do. They did add the for Xbox One X the 60 FPS mode or 4K mode.
I've only I did play in 60 frames
I like
per
the
second
60
in the
mode,
demo.
but then I go to 4K mode and you're like, holy.
I go high quality because it's all about the
Holy
detail in this game.
wow.
Even the buildings when you're in a city, in the windows, they've placed different items in all the windows. Like you look in and you see a room, like you see a store, a shop with
Wow.
counters and everything. It's insane.
That's
really cool.
That's cool.
Overall, just fantastic. This just in, we are at the club, the X1 Bros Club. Is at 128 as of right now.
nice.
We're 28 away from the top 100 in the world.
No, I'm really
clubs.
I'm really excited to get done with the prologue. I really like the game. I think it feels tight. I really like that stunt mission that you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Spicy, you were going to say something?
No, I'd like to contribute to the club.
Yeah.
But I'm still not
So
there yet.
unfortunately, you have to make it through
I just wanna
the
do dailies.
prologue to unlock the club. Once you're in the club, there is one more criticism I do have. In prior ones, when you were in the club, they then had internal club leaderboard, so you could see everyone in your club, and then there was pages. There was bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and so you could see who has contributed the most, and then rank up there. That doesn't exist. Like it's only where your
will
club
it come
is.
later?
I hope it comes later because when we jumped into Forza Horizon 3, I don't know if it launched with that
I don't think it did.
or
but
if
I
it came
think
later because we jumped in. We created the club like 2 or 3 months after launch. So with Forza Horizon 3, that was our first one. I hope it does do that because I'd like to see, like, yes, it's great to work as a team, but then I want to compete within my team. You know what I mean? Within my club. So there also are club bonuses if you're racing with members of your club or you're racing as a team.
Yeah.
You do get bonus influence at the end of each match, and influence is how you rank up everything. So, anyways, overall, I really enjoy this. Join the club. Just make it through that prologue. Search X1 Bros in the club. Join.
Oh,
we're going to try to get as high ranked as we can.
I was going to ask, is there any limits to the club or anything like that, or is it
2,000 is our
Okay,
membership
that's-
limit.
yeah, we're good
So the
then.
top 10 communities on the leaderboard right now are capped out. I think we
Well,
could.
that's how
I
you
think
get
we
it.
could get
Yeah,
close to
well,
capping
yeah,
out if
we can,
everybody
yeah,
jumped in,
if we're
especially with
joined
it
to-
being on Game Pass. So,
Yeah.
Captain Fatman says, I've been racing my butt off for the club. Viva la X1. Yes,
Yeah.
Captain
Dude,
Fatman. Thank you very much.
It's a fun game. I've been playing in the 60 FPS mode, and it's smooth, man.
Dude,
it's
really
really
smooth.
nice.
It's beautiful. The atmosphere, the setting of the UK,
I know, good
mind
setting.
blowing.
So
Mind blowing. So good.
I'm excited to finish the prologue so I can join the club.
I'm excited for you too, so you can
Yeah.
race with me.
I know.
You can't even race in
See, and
convoys
that's-
when
yeah,
you're in
it's
the
just-
club.
Yeah, it's just a long. But no, I mean that being said, the prologue is still fun.
Well, no, you can't race with convoys, but only if they're in the prologue too.
Yeah.
So you and Spicy could race together,
yeah.
but
I see your.
Why is there still kangaroos?
I think that's just a Forza thing. That's just
Is
like
it?
a Forza. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, this is a Forza thing.
Because that was strange when I kept getting kangaroos.
They're
let me
they're domesticated.
Let me tell you.
They're
Oh, so
indigenous
by
to
the way,
Britain.
we JG Rocks asked this question earlier. We are going to set up community challenges. We haven't had a community challenge in a while in Forza. We'll be announcing that next week, so stay tuned for that. There'll be a Forza Horizon 4 community challenge.
Maybe they just forgot and it was like, oh,
This morning,
Who
I was
did
doing
that?
drag races with a bunch of guys in the community during my stream. I unlocked, or I bought it was a barn find, a P50, a Peel P50. Do you know what car that is? Have you seen that car?
Is it James Bond's car?
Dude, let me show you real quick. This Peel P50, it's like a 500-pound car.
Is it the Wiener Schnitzel mobile?
It's
sure
like
hope so.
It's like a 300-pound car, and it's got 500 horsepower in it. Like when you soup it up, so you just drag race it. You're in this
I
little
thought
car.
you were-
The car literally has a lawn chair inside instead of a seat. It's just a lawn chair. It's a British car from way back when. So all the barn finds are British cars, homage to Britain. 'Cause we're
So is
playing
this
there.
a barn find, or did you have to buy it?
No, this is a barn find, dude. And let me tell you. Anyways, I looked it up. The car to purchase is 8,000 pounds. It's a kit that you build. We should buy one. Build the X1 Bros Peel P50. Paint it with X1 Bros logo.
That's like $14,000 USD.
That's not. This is it. This is it.
That's awesome.
Look at this thing.
It's
Here,
literally
here.
Just,
let me show.
It's literally
Go,
just. an
grab your
engine.
camera,
ahead.
David.
Go ahead.
Here.
Oh,
Let's show
oh,
this.
here we go. Everybody in chat to see. Just look up the Peel P50 if you don't know what it is.
There you go.
There it is. That is what I look like driving around right now, Forza. And I'm doing drag races, the whole shot.
It's like the original
is
smart
awesome.
car.
Do you know what it reminds the original smart car? It reminds me of like a kid's car. Like
Yeah, so a lot of people
little
have
tykes.
a lot of people. So when you go into paint jobs, there's the Mattel paint job
Do they have like a little
for like a
tykes?
kids, like those kids push cars.
Yeah, that's exactly what it reminds me of.
Dude, how awesome! Look at this thing. Look at there's a smart
Dude,
car.
that's a smart.
Okay, put the camera back on that.
Here's it compared to a smart car. It is substantially smaller. I don't know if you can see that really
So
well
and
in chat.
it's a drag racer, huh?
Yeah, well, so JG Rocks was like, dude, I souped this up and I use it for drag racing. So I went and did that, and we went drag racing. Whoa.
When
You're
you
just
did-
like this
when
little
you
guy.
have-
You're just whoosh,
When
because
you
you
have-
just got to go straight. So, because turning this thing, you're tipping, you're flipping all over the place.
Dude, 500 horsepower on a lawn chair.
That's
Dude.
basically, yeah, when you open up the inside, it's lit. It looks like a lawn chair bolted to the floor.
That's funny.
They're probably not real bolts.
Anyways,
they're
you
too
can
heavy.
get these as kits. They ship them to you, starting at 7,000 pounds. Dude, I say we do it. Let's pull our money together and get the X1 Bros
We like build our.
Peel P50. We just take turns driving it around.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. That's wow.
I want to get that car. You got to show me where the barn is on the map for that one.
Yeah. So Happy
We have
Mayo.
to unlock the prologue.
Happy Mayo over in our mailbag. I wanted to do this real quick. Said Forza newbie here. My brother Vicious Mustard purchased the game last night, and of course we game share. So I gave it a whirl. I was having a lot of fun. What are some tip and tricks you can give me to help me start out? This is his first Forza game. Thanks, guys. Happy Mayo. Some tips and tricks. I would get all the fast travel boards, knock all the fast travel boards off, because then you get free fast travel to wherever you want to go. I would purchase the treasure map. It's $2.69, and then it unlocks all of the points of interest. So there's different stuff. There's like influence boards. There's fast travel boards. There's scenic routes that you got to take a picture of. There's barn finds.
hazard zones.
Stuff like that. If you unlock the treasure map, it unlocks all of them. I would definitely do that. When you're purchasing, make sure, what I would do is get one of each type of car. So I would get an off-road vehicle, I'd get a street vehicle, I'd get a drag race vehicle, and I'd get a HyperX vehicle, which is like the super ones, and then I'd max those ones out, because each of the races, you're going to have a choice when you race, and there's going to be events. You need to be leveled up on there. And then I would also bump up my racing level. This is just me. Mine, I had it on unbeatable. Unbeatable literally is unbeatable. Like,
That's what they
you
call
have
it.
to be perfect. So I'm one below unbeatable expert, and even then sometimes I lose. So quite frequently actually. So I would bump that up though, because you get plus 60% on credits when you do that.
Dude, this was a good week.
It was a great week.
2 major games. And guess what? They're both fun.
Highly recommend it. As of right now, it's better than Forza Horizon 3, and Forza Horizon 3 was my favorite racing
Yeah.
game of all time.
Dude, and like this game on Game Pass is a steal, man.
It is a steal.
Like I feel bad taking it from Game Pass.
I feel like I'm robbing
Yeah,
them.
that's how good the deal is.
And with that, let's get this show on the road. Let's talk some news, baby.
Oh, jeez. I got to pay attention. All right, here you go.
There it is. Jordan, tell us.
Thanks for tapping me.
Well,
What
David
is-
tapped me. and
What
I
is
was like,
happening in the world that is Xbox One this week, Jordan?
Two heavy announcements.
Okay.
Let's talk about one
focus
of them
on
right
the
now.
two heavy announcements.
Yeah, let's talk about one of them right now.
Boom, one of them. Boom.
Leaked Harry Potter RPG.
Oh, yes. Yes. Leaked Harry Potter
So-
RPG footage. It looks like a leaked trailer,
Yeah, leaked trailer.
basically.
But it shows off. It shows off awesome stuff.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I love magic.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't love magic? So this dropped on Twitter. This dropped on YouTube. WB's been going around denying it and taking it down everywhere that it shows up. So that's a good sign. They've not announced this. We don't know it's coming, but where does this leaked trailer come from and why is WB taking it down? It's coming. A Harry Potter RPG.
Dude, I hope so. And I honestly, I hope soon because Harry Potter is such a fun world.
Well, yeah, no, absolutely. The world of Harry Potter, if you could really think about this, if you could really dive in, you get to create your character. You get to choose what type of magic class, what house you're in, maybe some decisions.
You can't choose that. The Sorting Hat chooses for
I'd
you.
still love to go
Well,
through it.
you can say not Slytherin, not Slytherin.
And then he'll go, why not? You could be there. And then
You
he'll-
could do great.
he
things.
ultimately decided.
Gryffindor.
Spoiler.
Dude, how awesome would that be, though? Then you get to choose your magic. Maybe you make some animals. Maybe you're really good at potions.
Make some
maybe
animals?
you're like
Transfiguration, man.
Transfiguration. Yeah.
Veriverto.
You fly around on your broomstick. You get to do Quidditch matches. Maybe a battle royale via Harry Potter mode on broomsticks with magic.
Battle Royale. Harry
On
Potter.
broomsticks. Yeah, I never understood Quidditch in the game or in the books.
Do you want me to
Oh,
explain it to you?
I actually
mean,
thought she did a really good job
I get it.
doing it.
But the game is like stupid.
Really? I heard the game.
And
sounds
nothing
awesome.
the only thing that matters is the golden snitch.
The game
No.
The
If-
game is hockey and
So,
soccer
no.
combined.
Is it though?
No,
Yeah,
so-
on broomsticks.
So the
I don't
gold-
think it is.
the golden-
because in hockey or soccer, the goals you score actually matter.
No. The golden snitch ends the game and is worth 150 points. If you score 0 points and catch the golden snitch, and I have 200 points, I win, even though you caught the golden snitch. Remember,
The man
Victor
is-
Crumb
man is right.
at the Quidditch World Cup caught the golden snitch, even though the game they still wouldn't have won because he wanted to end the game on his terms, not the opponent's, and that's why the Irish won because he caught the golden snitch, but they still lost.
Yeah,
See
but
what I
but that doesn't prove anything. It's still stupid.
No, that's
No,
how the
it's
game works.
awesome.
No,
I love it.
I don't. I love the. I've read the books a million times. You know, I love the story. But Quidditch, that's just a stupid rule.
Dude, there's a position with a bat.
I know.
You can smack people
Yeah,
off
well,
their
you have that
broomstick.
bat.
That's cool.
There is violence.
I just think the golden snitch philosophy is flawed. I really
Do
don't.
you think if it was worth less points, that's how the game ends? Because that's the point of the golden snitch is that's how the game ends. Games can go on for days.
Days.
they've
weeks.
been known to?
Yeah.
Weeks
They've
even.
been known to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think I just don't like it. I don't like it.
And if there wasn't a golden snitch, the seventh book wouldn't, they wouldn't have what they had in the, because it was stuff like that.
Yeah,
there
but-
had to be a golden snitch.
But you're talking like the books were like, I don't know, real life.
They are real.
Though the books do exist.
The books were more of a documentary series.
They were
than-
loosely based on some stuff that happened over there.
The wizarding world.
No, I just think the golden snitch. I don't know.
You don't like that aspect of the game?
No.
I mean, it's a strategy thing. I think it's sweet. I think it's really cool.
I mean, I get like getting balls. I get balls going through holes and stuff.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Who doesn't?
I know it's kind of just how it is.
And then balls hitting other people.
Yeah, and I get bats smacking other people. That's cool. Golden snitch, like literally, Harry Potter just sits on his broom and just stares at stuff.
No, in the movies. See, the movies.
No,
yeah. See, in the books, they actually.
Well, because you have a strategy. Do
Yeah.
you use your bludgeoners to distract him or to defend your post? To knock him off his broomstick or defend your post? Do you get a really good seeker? Is your focus on him, and is your strategy just to get the golden snitch and play defense, or are you a scoring
What
team and
if-
play offense? Like, it's this crazy cool triangle of strategy
I don't know.
in the wizarding world.
Like if I was watching a hockey game, okay, which I enjoy, and part of the rules was next to the hockey arena there was a guy that has to bowl, and then a lady has to do a perfect somersault and then spin through the air, and if she lands it, then they get 150 points and the game ends. I don't understand
That's
that.
not an accurate description.
No,
It'd be more like
it makes no sense
it'd
to
be
me.
more like if there was a guy out on the rink in skates without a
Greased
hockey
up.
stick,
Without
a hockey
clothes?
No, without a hockey stick, and there's a golden puck out there that just zips around the ice
And
super
flies.
fast.
I'm just
and
saying.
his job is to catch it. So he's got to be a really good skater, probably a figure skater, let's be honest, or a speed skater.
I'm just saying it doesn't relate to the game at all.
Meanwhile, he's weaving an in and out and around trying to catch the golden puck, and the other guys are that's cool. I think that's
Is
cool.
it, though?
Yeah, that's way cool.
I think it just does not relate to. I think it's playing a different rhythm of the song. I really think they're going off in their own world over there.
Well, it is a wizarding world.
I get it. Just because,
Magic.
I just don't think it matches. I never understood the golden snitch thing. I really don't get it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't
Well,
like the golden snitch.
What?
I like the golden snitch.
I don't.
well, moving on. The
yeah.
entire trailer looked
So,
really good.
I mean,
go look it up. Just typed in Harry Potter leaked trailer. There's lots of people who have taken footage of footage.
Yeah, it's
that
awesome.
you'll be able to see. The fighting. Don't you guys think that was one thing that
Yeah,
stood
that
out to
looked
me?
cool. It's
The
gonna be
wand
interesting.
fighting looked really good.
Yeah.
Well, what Mark noticed is there's abilities up in the top left corner.
Yeah,
and
three abilities.
These are all theory at this point, right? So we think maybe you can upgrade the abilities. You can maybe focus like you're at Hogwarts, right? So maybe you're majoring in a certain skill path. You know what I mean? Which makes you better at other abilities and not.
Yeah.
It looks like maybe you can
one
swap
of
them
them-
out. So strategy involved.
I saw one of them, Reparo?
That's how Harry fixes his glasses.
Repario.
Repario or whatever.
Oculus Reparo.
Yeah. I wonder if that's a healing spell then. Do you think that's a healing
Probably.
spell?
Yeah. Or maybe like your wand breaks. I don't know.
Ooh, yeah.
Durability on your wand. Dude, if they have a whole thing where you can like, I got unicorn's tail in my wand. Oh,
Do you think you could?
Phoenix feather?
Do you think you could torture people?
Oh,
Custom.
yeah, I'm sure you're going to
dude.
be able to choose.
Oh, the
good or
Cruciatus
bad.
curse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're going to be able to choose. Are you a good wizard? Are you a bad wizard? Do you join Voldemort's forces?
So
or
what I
the dark
think,
arts?
what I think is going to
Do you
happen.
master the dark arts? Hmm?
Well, because they showed off a character creator, so you create
Yeah.
your own student, right? What I think is going to happen, and this is just me, I think they're going to do something like this is Hogwarts before those events,
Yeah.
or which I think would be smarter is kind of what The Witcher did. This is Hogwarts, let's say 20 years after the events of Harry Potter, because that opens you up to your own storylines.
Yeah, either one of those
Yeah.
opens you up to your own
And-
storylines.
I have nothing against J.K. Rowling, but I think Warner Brothers owns the rights to it, so they can do whatever they want.
Well, she's not going to be involved in a video game.
Yeah, well, yeah,
She
that's-
probably is like going to check it out, but I don't imagine she has creative say over.
I'm sure she probably does.
Yeah.
Well, they
but-
probably, like,
but here's the
invite
thing.
her
You
to
could
the
have
meeting.
you could have a stupid story and a great game.
Yeah.
Still.
Okay, yeah.
With good game mechanics, good RPG mechanics, and the story. So even if she interferes and makes it a crappy story,
Not that I don't like her, I just, yeah.
let's be honest. The half of what made Harry Potter movies not as good as they could be was Daniel Radcliffe. So as long as he's not in Harry Potter, we'll be fine.
Who's that?
Harry Potter.
The Harry Potter,
Oh,
the Harry Potter actor.
yeah. Okay.
Your main actor is your worst actor. That's a problem. He's good as a kid, but as he grows up, he doesn't figure out how to act. He tries to act instead of just being natural. Like that's a problem with child actors.
yeah.
Friggin' child.
That's why I didn't become a child actor.
Yeah,
I had
didn't
my
want to
chance.
have those problems.
Gerber called me, and I was like, no.
Gerber?
thank you. I was like, no, thank you.
That's infant actor.
At a young age, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That could have been my start. That could have been my break, baby. Literally.
But so that's on it, and this is all theory. But my hope, and I mean, maybe this game doesn't even exist, and someone just made that on their computer real quick. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
that would be hilarious. They go through all this
That would.
to make this awesome trailer.
and then Warner Bros. Like, oh crap, they think it's real.
Oh, no, what are we gonna
do?
do?
Do we have to make one now?
They
What do
think this is real.
Everybody wants to buy it.
So would you rather have Harry Potter
They just
as...
have this free game engine that
Like,
they've
oh,
just rendered everything.
shoot.
So let me ask you this, Miss Spicy. Let's start with you. Would you rather experience the world of Harry Potter as an RPG or an action adventure? Assassin's Creed or The Witcher 3 style?
Well,
RPG?
they're kind of the same
Aren't they
thing.
both the same? Yeah.
I'm confused.
Isn't Witcher 3 more
The-
RPG?
Well, I mean, it's a more
But
in-depth
so is
RPG,
Assassin's
but
Creed.
Assassin's Creed's an
I
RPG
feel like
as well.
Assassin's Creed's
It has a
action
skill
adventure.
tree.
No, like you have to upgrade your armor and you get different legendary. Like
Okay,
there's
but by that
ranks.
definition, what is a true action
Tomb Raider.
adventure game? You don't. There's no skill tree at all.
It's
or
an
anything?
action adventure RPG. Uncharted's the same way. It's because it's more.
They all have it now.
It's a lot more linear in your. I mean, even Cliff Blazinski said it best. RPGs are like the way that when he came out with Gears of War. RPGs are bleeding into every category. Even
Sure.
first-person shooters
Okay.
are RPGs, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
well, would you rather have a more hardcore, in-depth decision
Role-playing.
role playing, or would you rather have something more focused on combat fighting?
I would want like a Witcher 3, Assassin's Creed, open world,
Yeah.
full thing.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah.
I'm really hoping, and Warner Brothers is actually the same publisher that does Witcher and will do Cyberpunk and all that stuff, right?
Yeah,
So
they also do all the Batmans.
yeah.
So.
And what I hope for this game is, I've played the movie games, and they are what they are, but they are what they are. You know what I mean? That's why I'm excited for this. If they do the whole like, hey, this is 30 years after, it's our like The Witcher did. It's our own story, blah blah blah, and they make it a little bit more. My fear is Harry Potter's a very like everybody knows it. Kids love Harry Potter. Like
It's iconic.
I hope they make it a little like Batman Arkham. If they do what Batman Arkham did to the Batman series, that like just make it a little bit more mature. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but the thing is the later book, because I'm listening to the books right now, and I'm almost done with the last one. The later books do get darker.
No, they do.
And that's where, and you're like, yeah. So I mean, maybe they will do this. That's what I hope. I hope they don't make it essentially like the old movie games, because they're a little bit more geared towards the younger, I guess. I want those heavy decisions that, oh crap, that dude died. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I want that grit.
Yeah, I
But you
agree.
can still make it fun and whimsical, because that's, Harry Potter. I mean, you can do both.
Yeah, just
but-
don't
Butterbeer.
Just don't kidify it.
Yeah,
That's it.
not all the way. Like,
No,
make
you
it
can
a
have
good,
some
a
stuff,
good,
but
yeah.
don't kidify it. You
Yeah.
gotta realize the kids that grew up with Harry Potter are now
my
adults.
age.
So
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption. It's not the only Harry Potter's not the only
Yeah.
trailer to come out.
Red
A
Dead
second gameplay trailer came out. Now we're in October. I think we're gonna get a gameplay trailer every week from here on out
That's right, because it's coming out in
because it's coming out.
2 weeks.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna get a gameplay
This
trailer
one
every
wasn't
week.
as long.
This one isn't as long. This one focused on the gameplay as an outlaw. Go search gameplay number 2, video part 2. Go look at it. It just basically showed all of the different missions as an outlaw that you could participate in, all the different things you could do. It shows you being able to go to a theater, take in theater plays,
Like you used to do.
like you used to take your dates.
It's I told you Rockstar
Yeah.
is so good at this stuff.
Yeah, you could go to.
It's just like you sitting there.
I spent hours watching the comedy.
It showed you being hunted by bounty hunters. It showed you beating up people, and just being able to choose and do these different missions.
It showed the clothing system in the fact that like he was dirty and someone was like, "Ooh," and she
Yeah.
kinda walked away. Like
They really focused on your decisions that you make affect the whole world around you. So how people perceive you, you become, if you gain notoriety, and so people are afraid of you or don't fear you because of different notorieties that you have. It looks really good. I will say, out of the 2 gameplay trailers, though, this one's the less impressive. There wasn't anything bombshell breaking.
Well, I think the
It was-
first one was the awe factor. Like, here it is.
This one
you know,
was,
yeah.
here's a general overview. The first one. The second one is now, here is you as an outlaw. This is what that means. Nothing new. We know it all. I want to get to, we'll see what the next ones hold in store. Show me some new stuff. I really want to see multiplayer. That's the trailer.
I don't
that
see.
I'm
I
really
don't think
looking
we'll
forward
see
to.
that until, because multiplayer is coming out later. Whereas with the first Red Dead Redemption, it was all at the same time. So I bet what they'll do is they'll do the same thing, but it'll be the coming weeks to multiplayer.
That's true.
You know
That's
what I
a good
mean?
point. That is a good point. Well, I'd like to see crafting then. I'm really excited to see
Yeah.
video focus on crafting and hunting and
So
stuff like that.
maybe do another one. Well, I guess it's. I mean, they focus on game. Yeah. Just give me videos. I don't even care what they're about.
Absolutely.
I just want to see more.
Yeah, agreed.
Not me. I don't want to see anything. I don't want to be spoiled.
Okay.
I feel like I'm real negative this episode. Am I?
No, I don't think
I'm
so.
not, okay.
No.
Because I want to be dazzled
Yeah.
when I jump in.
Can we
Dude.
skip to the last news story here? The Diablo news story with BlizzCon.
You don't
want
want to talk about Darksiders 3? New trailer came out.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Let's talk
Go
about
ahead.
it.
It looked really cool.
I mean, I
Okay.
saw it. It does look good.
Yeah, well, okay, but- and it's over.
There's Halloween events in
And that's the
Overwatch.
news.
There's Halloween events in Overwatch.
Halloween events in Overwatch.
Check now. Have either of you guys had a chance to jump in and check those out? The
Well,
Halloween
it's the
events-
terror event. Well, it's actually not out now. It comes out on October 3rd.
Oh,
so it's
there
just
you go.
coming with cool new skins. Doomfist's
Came
got
out
a good one,
yesterday.
and then they did add a cool new feature in Fortnite.
What is that?
So it's a new trap. Have you seen it yet?
The ice trap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where you put it down and their feet turn to ice and they just slide everywhere.
Wow.
So it's like a crowd control essentially,
That's
or you know what I mean?
hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah. So it's like a
Have you seen
physics.
people utilize it competitively?
Yeah. I've seen. So they have these jump pads.
Yeah.
And you can put a jump pad on a flat wall, and you can hit it and then get launched. You do it with you put an ice pad on the ground and then launch it, and then you just slide forever. So it's a mobility thing.
That is awesome.
People can travel pretty quick around the map.
It's pretty cool.
That is really cool.
But the Diablo announced
Oh,
it.
here we
That's a
go.
good one. So, we can actually watch it because I have the BlizzCon virtual ticket this year.
Boom.
So, anyway, so BlizzCon virtual tickets are up. Buy them if you want. You'll get in-game
Coming,
goodies.
BlizzCon? It's a thing?
But yeah, so what they're going to do is right after, or basically what's going on is a half hour after the opening ceremonies. I love that Blizzard calls it the opening ceremony.
like the
That's
Olympics.
So I know it's like they should
the
have
Olympics.
someone run up with
a torch?
or something awesome like Frostmourne. I don't know, and put it in I love that they call it the opening ceremony.
That's like one of the greatest swords in video games.
Yeah,
Frostmourne.
yeah.
What else comes close? I guess Cloud Sword.
Cloud Sword.
Cloud Sword,
It's probably one of the most iconics. Zelda Sword. It's pretty iconic.
Zelda
Master
Sword.
Master
Shield.
Sword.
Master
Yeah.
Sword. Yeah.
The Halo Master Chief. Electronic
Energy Sword,
Energy
yeah.
Sword. It's
A lot
pretty
of people
big.
know about that.
But that's not a that's not a specific sword, right?
What's the energy sword?
It is the Energy Sword.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean,
It's a class of sword.
yeah,
it's a space sword. It's an alien space sword.
Splord.
It's a splord.
Space sword.
Jordan, here.
Where'd the L come from?
I don't know.
The splord.
That's how it is.
Highlight this just in. We are now 126. This
Fly.
is the X1 Bros Club.
Yeah.
Oh, can I tell you a story about a fly? I was streaming, racing competitively, and excuse me, let me cough. And this fly is in my face. Right, I'm racing online. So this fly is in my face, and I'm streaming, and then I hit the pause button to get it out of my face.
I saw this.
only to
live.
realize that I can't pause the game because I'm in multiplayer, and I was so
Just
pissed.
he runs right into
I was
the
so
wall.
pissed because I was the last.
you
That
know
put me
what?
in last place.
You
I
know
was
what
so
I-
pissed.
you know what I really
Freaking
hate it?
flies.
You know what I really hate about flies?
What?
They have the whole world.
They have the whole world.
They
gotta choose
literally
my house.
have the whole world. And their name is Fly. They can fly.
They can go anywhere you want.
Yeah.
And you
they
come. You want to
bother
come
us.
indoors?
What does the fly do for the world, honestly?
I'm sure it does something. Provides
Does it?
food for.
Lives for 24 hours and poops on everything.
lays larvae. Provides food and
For what?
I don't know.
It eats
insects,
my
other
food.
insects.
No, it just poops on your food. It doesn't really eat it.
It
Not
does have
not
a-
in
It
quantities
does have
that
like a
we-
cool
that matter.
sucker mouth, like a frog almost.
If flies went extinct, what would happen?
I don't know.
We'd probably lose. I mean, they're probably a food chain item for something important.
It's probably a butterfly
Frogs,
effect,
but they eat
you know?
crickets too. So
It's-
What? But crickets are cool then?
Well, yeah, they're all right.
Yeah, crickets don't bother me as
Yeah,
much.
they're-
But actually, if there's a cricket in your house, you're annoyed to the high heavens.
And you can't find
You
it.
can't find it. You never can.
Where?
Where is that thing? I swear it's over here. Nope. No, sounds like it's over there.
So you want more crickets, less flies.
Yeah, I would take a cricket over a fly.
We got to do the more cricket, less flies movement.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Anyways, explain opening ceremonies.
Oh yeah, so I love that they have opening ceremonies.
BlizzCon.
It's awesome. But 30 minutes after the opening ceremonies, on the main stage, which is a big stage,
It is
it's the
giant.
main
It's
stage.
the main one.
They have a Diablo What's Next.
Oh, that's
Panel.
interesting.
So very cool, and it's called Diablo. Anyway, it's super cool. So
It's
basically,
called Diablo.
Yeah, well, it's called Diablo. What's next?
So people think
Diablo
that a
4.
new Diablo is going to be announced and showed off.
Diablo Battle
Now,
Royale.
when Blizzard Diablo Battle Royale, actually, you
I
could
actually
do that.
there's a new game that's out that's just like that. I was watching it
Oh,
on
really?
Twitch,
Oh.
and it's like a League of Legends battle royale where you jump in and you control it with the mouse, and you all have different abilities
Oh,
like
that's
League
cool.
of Legends.
Oh, that is cool. actually.
And it looked very fun, actually.
So we're not crazy. That's not crazy.
I'll look it up and I'll show you.
So when Blizzard announced a game, because I don't know BlizzCon like you guys do, when Blizzard announced a game, is it like Bethesda that's coming within the next 6 months, or do they show off things
Well,
years in the future?
Honestly, it depends on the game. So basically, for example, the pattern of Warcraft right now is this year, because the expansion was basically it's every other year they announce a Warcraft expansion. So last year, Battle for Azeroth was announced. This year, they'll probably show off a couple future patches and be done with it, right? So World of Warcraft is not going to be the heavy hitter this year,
Yeah.
right? With StarCraft, they announced it in 1980, and then it came out in 2015, right? I mean, is that, Mark, is that correct?
Wait, what are you talking about?
So how Blizzard announces game, like World of Warcraft is every other year at BlizzCon. For the past few cycles, they've been announcing an expansion. So they announced Battle for Azeroth this year, probably be a couple patches, or last year probably a couple patch notes this year, and it's not going to be the main focus.
Yeah.
But then you got games like StarCraft that were announced in the 80s and came out in 2015.
This is true. That one got delayed so much.
Well, they kept rebuilding it. They're like,
I
I don't like how it's red right there. Let's rebuild the whole engine.
That's an exaggeration. It was announced in like 2000 something though, like
it was announced when I was in high school still, and it came out when I was in college. Like, and when I say it was announced,
no,
when
it
I
was
in
like
high
a
school,
9-year
I was like a
thing.
sophomore.
It was a 12
12
year
years.
game.
It was
I was like a
12 year.
sophomore in high
Yeah.
school.
I mean,
super soaked. StarCraft 2, yes. And then it came out like I was a sophomore in college.
when it came out, it was pretty darn near perfect. So I mean, they did do stuff. But
well
I mean,
done. Well done.
so you take those two examples. I have no idea.
So maybe
I hope it's soon.
dude, a new
if it's
Diablo would be sweet.
Dude.
And with this time, it'll launch simultaneously on consoles because that's a thing. The Diablo is on consoles now. Super exciting. I'm really excited for that.
Can I
that's
kind
the
of
thing.
veer us off for
Veer
a
us
little bit?
off.
Because word on the now this is not word on the street, but a lot of people are, and this is not confirmed nor denied, rumors, not true, right?
This is Jordan.
But a lot
speak.
of some people, not a lot maybe, but some people are talking about an Overwatch 2. And whenever that comes up, I'm always
Already?
well, I mean, Overwatch has been out for a little while, but they're talking about an Overwatch 2. And whenever that comes up, I'm like, you don't really need to because the way the game's built, it does this, and this. But they come up with some really good points.
What are
like,
the points?
For example, right now everybody has a button click, and then an ultimate, right? With that's the game mechanic, right? With a different game, they can build around a different mechanic, so people can have more abilities. It can be more, and they can just basically you're stuck in this engine because of how the game works.
Yeah.
If you did a second one, you can kind of revamp it and add new and different things. Anyway, I don't necessarily agree with all the points.
No, I don't know. If
but
that's-
it was an interesting concept.
it is. I don't think they would do that.
No, I don't think so yet. But I mean,
I think we're going Blizzard or Diablo.
well, I think Diablo will probably be the big main focus this year. Well, maybe. I mean, who knows?
Well, if
Maybe
it
they'll
is,
maybe they'll announce
dude,
a new
what
game.
a good.
Did you hear that Mike Morhaime is stepping down?
Oh, I like him.
I do too. Yeah.
Yeah.
He that came out this week.
Dude, all the good people are leaving. Like the Hearthstone director left.
Yeah.
Chris Metzen left. Mike Morhaime left. I mean, I guess they've been
Ben
there
Brode-
forever, and I
Ben-
guess they deserve to retire.
Maybe
but
Blizzard's collapsing.
the collapse of Blizzard.
Like Telltale. Yeah. It's just mismanaged.
Well, it is interesting. Ben Brode, he was the Hearthstone guy, right? I mean, who do we have left? We have
Chris Metzen, he was the story director. He basically
left.
propelled. Jeff Kaplan's still there.
Jeff Kaplan is still there, but if they're making an Overwatch 2, maybe he's gone, 'Cause he's
I
the
don't
guy
think
over-
they're making an Overwatch 2. Or
No, yeah, he announced he's stepping down. He's still going to be an advisory role, just like Chris Metzen said. But he's
well, who's going to be the new CEO? Please don't say someone from Activision.
I believe so. Let me check. I will look it up. I will look it up for you. Why we're talking about
Okay,
it.
that's sad. I like Mike Morhaime. He always comes out in his button-up World of Warcraft shirt. The guy knows how to do stuff.
He knows how to
He's
do
just a
stuff.
fun guy. He goes, "Hello, BlizzCon." The guy's awesome.
Okay, I'm reading the story
Anyway.
right now. Yeah.
That's sad.
Can
That
we?
makes me sad.
That brings us to.
J. Allen Brack. Do
Who's
you
that
know
guy?
him?
No, who is he? Wait, hold on. That sounds familiar.
Doesn't sound familiar to me.
What did he used to do?
I think he used to be on my soccer team. I think I know him.
Yeah, in the co-ed league,
Yeah,
right?
the Code
Yeah.
League. I think I know him.
I'm looking him up right now.
No way, is that him? He was like he's like one of the he's a technical guy. If it's who I think it is,
It's
he
from
has a-
within.
You should see his soccer skills.
He has a,
It's
he
from
has a-
within.
he has a long ponytail.
Oh, okay.
Like I know him if it's the guy who I think it is.
I'm
When you
looking-
find a picture, let me
Can
know.
we move over to our next
yeah, sorry, go
segment
ahead.
while you look that up? Let's move to the next segment. This is the last segment of the show where we take your questions via the mailbag.
Yeah, that's
In order to submit a question each week, you just need to subscribe to us on Patreon. $3 or more gets you access to the mailbag. Support the show and the community
Warcraft guy.
by joining our weekly
pick.
mailbag over at patreon.com/positive gaming or x1bros.com and hit the support tab at the top of the page. First question is for Mr. McSpicy.
Uh-oh.
And it comes from, and the reason it's for Mr. McSpicy is because I know you have an experience that we've talked about before,
Oh no.
but I'd like to let's rehash this now for McSwitch. McSwitch writes in,
Okay.
and he
That's the okay.
for Mr. McSpicy.
Mc-
He asks, he says, "Hey there, guys." And then Jordan, I want you to think about this too because I think you probably have one too, but I know McSpicy's. Big Switch says, "Hey there, guys. Long-time listener, first-time submission. I recently hit a personal achievement milestone on Xbox, and it made me reflect on my time spent building my score up. With recently hitting 12 years going on into 13, it made me realize how incredibly easy all that time could be lost with the flip of a switch. And it made me realize that if I lost it all, I'm not sure I could start back from ground zero. So my question is, in your time playing games, have you ever hit any milestones of your own in video games, or have you ever lost anything significant progress in a game at any point that made you call it quits?"
Yeah, I've had this with several games of my life.
Dead Island.
Yeah, that one.
Twice.
That one hurt me bad. Did you just karate chop the fly?
I'm trying to get this fly.
You want me to go get a fly swatter?
No,
I have
got
one.
it. It's
You got
just
the salt
smacking me
guns?
in the face. It's freaking pissing me off here.
I wonder if we could find something.
No, I got it.
Throw
Don't-
water on it.
I got it. I got it. Don't worry.
You want to know a funny story? Speaking of flies, I don't know if I've told this story on stream. I don't know, or live or whatever. I had a friend of mine that we were growing up. I know you asked me a question.
Okay,
about
that's okay. That's okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
We'll get back to it.
So me and my friend, best friend growing up,
Would
we
you
had
collect flies or something?
we had a job together. Like we went to a warehouse that they built cabinets. There was a huge warehouse, and we would have to go there every night and clean up all the wood. We'd walk around with barrels and sweep up all the sawdust. And this was like a huge factory for cabinets. Okay, a lot of Germans work there, believe it or not. I don't know if you know.
They're cabinet
They know
makers.
cabinets.
They know their
They
cabinets.
know clocks and cabinets.
Clocks and
and
cabinets.
cars.
Anyway, so I'm going around. We go around putting woods parts and stuff like that in a bucket, and at the end of the day, we take all these buckets out, big buckets on wheels, and we dump them out in a barrel in a garbage dump area.
The
right?
forest.
Am I boring you? You're yawning.
No, go ahead.
Well, I'm sitting there working, and I'm throwing. We have all these, garbage cans. We're dumping them out in the big bins. And I look to my left, and I see my friend. He's about 20 feet away. He's got a big 2x4.
He's got a special fly with a 2x4.
And it's a B, okay? And he's into it. And he is like, whew. Whew. He's trying to hit
Like a baseball bat.
Like a baseball. And it's a good 5 foot, 6 foot long 2x4. It's huge. Anyways, I'm like, that's funny. He can dick off and everything. I'm just gonna dick around. I'm just gonna work, right? So I'm throwing all this stuff away, and I remember, putting the garbage bag down and looking right to my left, and at the very same time, I make eye contact with my friend, and he is slow motion swinging right at my head with to get the fly, and he knocked me out cold. The next thing I know, so he's swinging the bat as hard as
so
he can.
Focused on that fly. He didn't even see you.
Totally like a Three Stooges moment.
Didn't even see
The
you.
next thing I know, I'm staring up at the sky, and he was like sweating and panicking. He thought he killed me. I'm like staring up, and
He just whacked you with a 2x4.
knocked me out
like
cold
mafia style.
with a 2x4.
all for a fly. Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
To this day, I talked to him about it. To this day, he was so scared that he killed me because he knocked me out cold, just back of the head.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Did you go to the
Anyways.
doctor and then you're like, yeah?
No,
Did you have a
I mean,
concussion? I mean, if you're knocked out, you got a
Rub some
concussion.
I'm
sawdust
sure I
on
did. I think I was bleeding and all that stuff too. It was a bad hit, but I didn't go to the hospital.
What'd you tell people? Like,
Did you get bruised? Yeah, did you have bruise and stuff?
I was hurt. I don't know.
Just tell people you got in a fight.
I still had to finish my shift. I still had to finish my shift. I have a lot of stories with that job too.
Oh my goodness.
That job's pretty funny.
Games that you enjoyed that made you quit because you lost all your progress.
Dead Island is a game that comes to mind.
Yeah, we've talked about that many times.
Twice.
Twice.
Not Dead Island
Oh.
2.
no, Dead Island.
Dead Island.
Twice.
I
They DI'd you.
played.
And you enjoyed that game.
I love that game because it was the predecessor to what's the
Dying Light.
Dying Light, the predecessor to Dying Light. Same people that made it. I mean, there's something therapeutic about kicking a zombie in the
It
crotch
really was.
over and over. The sounds, it's like a slapstick sound, like you're kicking them stuff.
Yeah.
I put in 30 hours, probably about 30, 35 hours or so into a playthrough, and then the game crashed. And then I lost my save.
Corrupted the save.
Corrupted the save. I lost it all. and it was like corrupted all the saves. It was stupid. And 30 hours is a long time.
Sure.
I wanted to find out what was happening. I was in the second area of the game, and I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll play it again. I kid you not, the exact same spot after I got there again, it was like a dialogue with some character, did it again. I've never touched that game since.
Were you so pissed?
So that's 60 hours down the drain.
Wow. You said you had a couple games. That's the game that I knew about. But you said you had a couple that came to your mind. Is there another one that happened or something similar?
Well, I mean, yeah, but I get in fights with games all the time.
Yeah, you and games fight.
I mean, Hitman. You remember last week I was all over Hitman?
Yeah, what happened?
I got in a fight with that one because some person caught me.
It so pissed you off.
It
Hey, you're not
pissed me
supposed
off.
to catch me.
Yeah, don't you know I am? I have a barcode on the back of my head. I haven't touched that game in a week because of that. Maybe like 5 days.
Jordan, you have a game
Well, it happens all the
that
time.
comes to mind that
Games when they piss me off, I'm like, I'm not the better person.
that you don't take the high road.
I don't. I
You
just
go
don't
low.
play it for a while.
You go quick. You go low.
Dude, I'm sure it's happened. Has there ever been a game? Oh, okay. Well, there's been a game that like really upset me. To this day, I hated it.
What game is that?
Fable 3.
Why is that?
Because it was stupid.
That's a
Yeah,
good
I
answer.
Yeah.
enjoyed Fable 3 myself.
Well, it's because you didn't play Fable 2. It was literally a $60 expansion, and they just called it a new game. That's what I think. Like the guy who's
If
like,
you
"Hey,
guys
I
could
worked
see
on
his
this."
eyes, his eyes are
No,
like
because Fable 2 I felt was like a really good step in the right direction, right? And I mean, anyway, yeah, Fable 2 was a really good step in the right direction. The DLC sucked crap, but that's okay. And then all of a sudden, like a year later, they're like, "Oh, by the way, we have Fable 3." I'm like, "Oh, wow, okay, well that's cool, all right." And then you buy it for $60, and it was stupid. The story was crap. Your decisions really didn't matter all that much because you make all this money, and then you're just like, "Oh, okay, yeah, do that." It's stupid. It was literally a $60 expansion to Fable 2, and I think that's the downfall of Lionhead Studios. Was that game? It was really bad.
Wow.
Like if you played Fable 2 and then played Fable 3, I think everybody was a little bit disappointed. That did it in that order.
Yeah.
Did you get in a fight and uninstall it?
Well, I beat the game and I was like, "This is stupid."
That's a sign of a man that hates a game. You beat it.
I beat it. I was so pissed. I beat it.
Well, like I beat it in like two. You beat it in like 2 cities. Like it's not that long. I beat it fairly quickly, and then you're and it's stupid. And then like when you beat the game, you go back to it's just there's no. It was a cash grab. That's all it was. They slapped the title on there.
Fable?
That there should have been Fable 2 deal, like the expansion to and
DLC.
the 2 crappy DLCs that came out with could have disappeared somewhere, or you just put them in there, right? And then it would have at least made the game worth $40.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that, and then make a proper Fable 3 game. Like it was just dumb. I didn't like Fable 3.
I don't have any game. McSpicy, you take the cake. Like that's such a rare thing, especially nowadays. Like I'm sure I had something on like my Super Nintendo or Nintendo that happened. I remember being frustrated. And I remember.
Oh, you want to know a story that to this day?
But I don't remember a file being corrupted or saved. Like that's you take the cake with that story.
To this day, I mean, talk about laying down on a couch and
You still feel the anxiety.
Oh my gosh, Donkey Kong Country 2. Was one of my first games I was trying to 100%. I don't know how old I was. I was like 12.
Sure.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Your formative years.
My formative years. My sister.
Oh.
My younger sister deleted the game, and she didn't
On purpose?
No, it was
okay, I was gonna
accident.
say on purpose. Whoa.
She's my younger sister, right? And I was so mad. I never in my family. I was like the only until my younger brother came. I was the only guy that cared about video games. It was kind of an interesting dynamic in my family. And I remember this is the only time I ever went to my parents to try to get her in trouble because I was like,
but they don't
they
understand.
didn't understand.
They
They're
don't
like,
understand. They're
what? And I was
Okay.
like, it's taken me so long. It's
You were the Destiny kid before there was a Destiny
Yeah.
kid. The Destiny kid whose random internet guy logged in and deleted his Destiny character.
and I think she just wanted to play the game, and she didn't understand that delete means delete.
Dude.
Are
that
you
sucks.
sure? Do you want to delete this game save?
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah, I want to start a new game.
Yeah,
I was so confused when I went in. I was like 5% done or something. I'm like, what?
Oh.
That sucks. That's frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I just didn't let my siblings touch my stuff.
There
And
was
if they did, I'd beat them.
there was
But
the
you can't. You don't have a younger sister.
Yes, I do.
Wait. Yeah, you do. But I mean, but she
She didn't touch my stuff.
yeah. I'm just saying, like at age like whatever 6.
But I wasn't. Yeah, that's
At
true.
age 6, what can you do? And I'm 12 years old or whatever. You know, what
yeah,
can you do?
That's sad.
Jordan, you
Yeah.
were going to say something?
Well, I was gonna say that because that just reminded me. There was, I guess, I have the saddest video game moment I ever had, and that was when my Christmas was ruined by a thief.
By a thief?
Yeah, remember when?
I
we
don't.
had-
Do I know this story?
Yeah, you were there. You remember when Mom bought me?
Are you talking about Jono?
No, my mom bought me Pokemon Snap, and I was really excited for it. And we opened the box,
Oh, and it was empty.
and it was empty.
It was empty.
It was filled with newspaper because a thief stole
A
it.
thief stole it.
And it was on
Oh.
Christmas Day. This was the original DDoS. That was,
original
that was-
DDoS.
yeah, that's- I remember that feeling. Like it was
Right.
so sad.
Ryan H. does say you could have kicked your little sister's soccer ball away.
Yeah.
That's funny. Oh no, but
Do you remember that? She had
that
to go
is
back.
sad.
She had to go back to Best Buy, and
That
Best Buy
is
was like,
sad.
"Ah, darn it!" And they eventually, we eventually got the copy. But yeah, that's sad. You
That
know,
is sad.
yeah.
I had a similar experience where I was like 5. I don't remember, and it was the original Nintendo. So I had Mario Brothers,
Oh.
and we would play Mario Brothers as a family. It was just me and my sister at the time. It was the glory days before my younger brothers came along and ruined
What?
everything.
That's me.
It's a shot at Jordan, who I think was an accident, by the way. Anyways, so back then, I was, the regular Nintendo. My dad, my sister, myself, we would play Mario Brothers, and we would take turns playing, or Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt was the big one.
That's so
on the old TV.
yeah.
And I remember for my birthday, Dragon Quest. Do you remember Dragon Quest?
He does.
Yes.
Echoes of an
There it
elusive
is.
age.
I'm wearing the shirt.
The first Dragon Quest. My parents got to me. I like dragons. I'm a kid. This is Nintendo. Hey, yeah, let's get him it. Not realizing that Nintendo was also for older children that could understand how to. I could not get past the first level intro screen. My dad couldn't do it because, granted, he wasn't like a gamer. It was just simple Mario stuff. Couldn't get past it. Spent hours. Had to return the game. I don't know what I got instead of it, but I remember being so sad. Like,
Yeah.
so sad as a kid. I remember.
Now,
this
when you
thing.
say the first bit, like the start menu,
Like it was,
Or the
think of it,
tutorial.
bird's eye view.
This is NES. Remember, they didn't play test their own
Oh,
games.
yeah, they're-
think
like, it's
think
ready.
bird's eye view, castle tower, and you're like, "Brr, brr, 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 hey, my name is blah, blah, blah. Let's go over here. And you go, and you couldn't get through the door or anything.
Oh,
Like,
'cause
you
it was a
just-
puzzle.
You
Yeah.
just couldn't do it. I don't remember. I'm sure now I could do it, like no problem.
yeah,
But
because
at
you're
the
like,
time,
oh, what's this suspicious
And I remember,
pot
like-
over here? Oh, the key.
my parents were unable to help me,
Oh, that makes sense.
but they returned it. And
well, I know my parents. I mean, they're not really.
They returned it, and I was so sad as a child.
Hey, since we're talking about saddest video game moments, can I tell you one of my best video game memories?
Okay, let's
it's a
turn this to
family
happy.
thing. Yeah,
turn this to
and
happy.
it was awesome because there was rage involved.
Okay.
David,
Rage happiness.
David at one point had seriously the greatest job in the world. He worked
That's
at
true.
Hollywood Video. in
Hollywood
the
Video.
game
No,
section.
Game Crazy.
Oh yeah,
is where
sorry.
I worked.
It's a different division.
Game Crazy. This was new. Hollywood Video was
Yeah.
trying to compete with GameStop. Basically, it was the alternative to GameStop. What they did was they encouraged me. I could take any video game off the shelf, open it up, and take it home with me to play, so that I could talk about it with customers. It was great.
Yeah, he brought. That's how I got into a lot of games. Anyway, I don't. Was it? Maybe this was a different time. Maybe I'm mixing up times. But you brought home Tiger Woods Golf.
Oh yeah.
And like my dad, but we all play because it's
Dude,
a
we all
simple
played.
game
My
to
dad
play.
played that game.
Yeah.
We had a tournament.
Yeah,
against
like all of us,
neighbors.
and we'd all take turns.
And
you
neighbors' dads. Neighbors' dads were into this game.
we
That was
played
one of the
Dude,
first
and-
Tiger Woods.
And what was awesome is like I remember like my dad's video game frustration. It's just like real golf. Like
Yeah.
he would do the joystick and then
He gets so mad.
like because you sliced it.
He
man.
sliced it. He sliced it.
I remember the controllers dropping, curse words flying. Like it was a fun family event,
Neighborhood event.
dude. The
Are you cold?
GameCube,
No, I'm just water. Water's coming in.
the hurricane.
Oh, it's raining?
We're in
It's
the
raining.
eye of the
It's
storm.
raining right now.
Look at that.
Oh man. Oh jeez.
Holy.
Oh jeez.
Anyway, but do you remember that? Was that where you had the GameCube? It was in
Yeah.
your room, and we'd
Yeah.
all play on your
Yeah.
futon.
Oh yeah, golf.
So
So
you remember the futon?
what was the saddest moment? I don't remember the.
No, that was the happiest.
Oh, I remember
moment.
the futon.
Yeah, that was a happy moment. 'cause
Oh.
that was just fun. That was it was.
So
it was
what
a
I
good
had, I had a
time.
futon bunk bed. So the bottom was a futon. So I always kept it in the chair mode, and the top was the bunk bed.
We
So
called
I would
that gaming mode.
So I would sleep game mode. So I would sleep up top, play games. My TV was over here, right? So one night, Jonathan, my youngest brother, his name's John O'Man. John Man 12. That's his gamer tag. He was like, I want to say 8, maybe 6.
Old enough to be annoying.
I was like 14. So he wanted to sleep in my room. So,
I'm
okay.
just
So he sleeps on the top bunk. I'm playing Madden. Sitting there. It's probably like midnight. I'm playing Madden. And so on the futon, you're like sucked in a little bit. Like you're not on the edge. The futon's back underneath the bunk bed, right?
Yeah.
And the bunk bed overhangs. So I'm playing Madden, and all of a sudden I just see his body fly past me onto the ground. He fell out of the bed, and I just pause the game, and I look at him, and I go, "You okay, Chano?" And he's waking up, and he's just like, "Oh, yeah." And he just climbs up into bed and goes right back to sleep. I'm just playing the game, and he just passed me. I also remember one time Home Run Derby. We used to play baseball games, Nintendo 64. I don't remember what the game was called, Home Run Derby. I think it was called Home Run Derby. No, it was just called Home Run. Anyways, I don't remember the game. But baseball games were big on the Nintendo 64. So we would play. We'd go through our seasons. There would always be a pitcher. We'd play. I remember my friend Chad came over, spent the night. It was like 2 a.m. We're going through a whole season. And when you're starting to not get sleep, and so stuff happens. You're playing on a team.
It's a Nintendo.
It's a Nintendo.
Yeah.
Make a long story short, we somehow lost in the playoffs, and a fist fight ensued between the two of us. Like we started blaming each other. We're like, "It was your fault. You didn't hit the baseball." It's like, "No, your pitcher sucks, man." Like, "Don't tell me my pitcher sucks." Literally, we got in a fist
fight.
fight.
The bench is cleared.
We got in a fist fight, and we had another friend there, and they like split us up.
At 2
And
in
then
the
we
morning.
totally see that.
And then we started the season over. We just sat down and started the season over.
Dude, this actually like last story. I promise.
story.
No,
Go
I have
ahead.
one too about a positive
Okay.
gaming moment. too.
Okay.
Back to
But when I think back on that, that is a positive. Like that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Like that's just growing up.
Dude, back to the question. I just thought of another sad one, and it was actually when you worked at Game Crazy.
Game Crazy, yeah.
So like on the weekend, because you worked till like 11 at night.
I was a
right?
shift leader.
Yeah,
Youngest shift
so
leader.
like on the weekends, our dad would let us stay up because we were waiting for Big Brother David. He's like, "Oh, where's the GameStop? He's bringing us the new PlayStation game. It's gonna be great."
Hey kids,
and
here
we'd
you go.
Yeah, and
Here you go, kids.
So we're waiting up. David gets home at like
You make them
11:30.
kiss your hand.
Yeah.
Kiss my hand.
It's
Here
like
you
a
go, kid.
mobster.
Where's your allowance? Thank you.
I
Here
think
you
we
go.
need
some respect.
And then anyway, David gets home at like 11:30 because he got to drive, and we're like, "Oh, David, did you bring the game?" "No, I forgot." And then you just go to your room.
No, I
And it was-
forgot. And then they try to follow me in my room. Get out.
It was just like it was just like a drop of the like, "No, I forgot," and then you just walk away, and it was just like, "Oh."
He giveth and he taketh away.
Great question, McSwitch.
Hold on, I have a
sorry,
last
sorry. Go
positive
ahead,
story.
Nick Spicy.
Same kid that hit me in the back of the head with the 2x4. Okay, so we were best buds growing up. There was a summer. Summers were so cool growing up as kids. Like that's when you had no responsibility.
Oh, so fun.
Me and my friend had this goal. This is like the first achievement I've ever tried to do. But it was an old NES.
Okay.
He had a basement that was not finished, and he had this old crappy CRT wood panel TV.
Okay.
And he had an NES, and we, at the beginning of the summer, we sat down and we were like, what if we just beat every Nintendo game ever made? And it made total sense in our heads.
You didn't realize there was hundreds and
Well,
hundreds.
What we did is that the beginning of the summer, we both of us walked around our town, just like blocks. It was like we were trick or treating for Nintendo games. And I'd be like, "Hello, I'm Mark Haywood. This is my friend Chad. We want to see."
Well, you had a friend named Chad too?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
me
his
too.
name. That's
Yeah.
his name. His name's Chad.
Same guy.
Yeah,
Maybe it's the same
if
guy.
he's listening, Chad, you're awesome. By the way, he's a cool guy. But we went. This is Chad. Do you have any Nintendo games in your house?
Did people give you Nintendo
We
games?
had stacks and we
Oh, my
went around
goodness.
to my whole town. We told them where we
It was a
lived.
different world back then. Man.
Yeah.
we
People
went.
were trusting.
We went around.
Sea turtles were safe.
Our whole
People were
like
trusting.
we just kept walking because the fruits. I mean, we were getting a lot of stuff. We had on top of the TV. We had a stack on the left side of the games we haven't beaten and the games we had
Dude,
beaten.
that's cool.
And the rest of the summer, it was like I was
Did
putting
you,
on a suit and tie.
Were you successful?
Oh, we beat so many games.
Did you ever return them?
I don't remember. Probably. I don't think so.
Oh man.
I don't know. I can't remember.
But no, you want to know why you were able to do that? Because people didn't there was no the value of a video game was not the same as it is today.
Yeah.
Like people didn't realize what it was.
I still have memories of games that because volleyball. Do you remember the volleyball game on the NES?
Vaguely.
Brazil, man, they were so hard. We always that was the game that was like our wall because we could make it all the way to Brazil, and back then once you lost, you lost.
And
Yeah.
games,
There was no like
You tried to start tournament over.
yeah, you press that reset button and you give it another shot. But we beat so many. It was so fun. That's what we did. I woke up every morning, went to my friend's house, went to his basement that summer, and just played video games until I had to go home to
Dude.
eat dinner.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Great question, McSwitch.
That was a really good question.
Thank you very much for writing in. Last question
Ooh.
comes from the man Fitzy.
Ooh.
Fitzy writes in and says, with Forza Horizon 4, or just Forza in general, being such a success and being available on Game Pass day one, making Game Pass, in my opinion, a must-have, do you see any downside to Game Pass? For me, only issue really is that I would like to see become more of a bundle deal with the Xbox Live, say pay $100 for the year. So we always talk about the upsides of Game Pass. Any downside for me, just right off the top of my head, the downside to Game Pass might be, and this would probably be person by person. I don't know if this is. I'm not speaking as a whole. I'm talking individual by individual. I see a lot of individuals, or some individuals, saying, "There's that awesome new game, but I have Game Pass. I don't want to buy it, even if they have the means to." You know what I mean?
So
I
it
could
might
see-
come to Game Pass.
I could see parents doing that with children. Like if I have children, I'm just getting you a Game Pass. You play any game on the Game Pass.
You know, only Daddy gets the good.
I'm not
games.
buying you games. I'll buy you DLC maybe if you're good. Did you do your chore? Did you vacuum?
No, I don't even do that.
No DLC for you.
Yeah.
But
Good
yeah,
job.
so I could see limiting certain people's purchasing habits, changing your purchasing habits a little bit that way. That's really the only downside I could see. 'Cause it's just such a benefit. This is kind of from a consumer standpoint. It's just such a benefit for us as consumers. McSpicy, any downside that you could see or think of, or Jordan?
Save the children. you
Save
know?
the children, save the world.
Yeah, save the. That's your argument right there. It's
Yeah.
bad for the children.
It's bad for the children.
Well, no, I agree with
But
you.
at the same time, it's not bad to the children because they get access to all these games that they
best-
otherwise
yeah,
wouldn't
over 100
have. You
games,
know what I
yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I see that as a point. Like, oh, well, why buy the new game for Christmas when he has Game Pass? You know.
yeah. Diesel72 in chat says there are almost too many games to choose from, and I find it hard to stick to one.
Yeah,
that's
the
one. There's-
backlogging. Once you buy Game Pass,
It's
your
the
backlog
Steam- the
immediately
Steam
increases
problem.
by 100.
Yeah, it's the Steam problem. You got so many games you don't know which one to play,
But-
so you don't play any.
No, because I have that same problem with Steam, but in this case, I actually download and play games.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know what it is.
I think it's the number because they have talked about. There's been interviews, and Aaron Greenberg's talked about this, that they don't see it going They don't see it going higher. They don't want a huge library. They like 100, and so I wonder if there's a
Were they
psychological.
somewhere between 100 and 150?
I think there's a psychological aspect to it, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know because the Steam games I never play, but this I do.
Because there's lists. It's also, I think that's your presentation. On Steam, you see lists of words. On Game Pass, you see cover art.
Well, and when you click on it, it goes immediately into a trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, I am playing Hitman because of Game Pass, and even though we're in a fight right
Yeah.
now, I really I like it. I like a lot of those games. I had this happen this week where I wanted to start a new game because I got in a fight with Hitman. I wanted to start a new game, and instead of going to the installed section, I went to the Game Pass section
see what's there. Yeah.
because I wanted to. I wanted to see what I had more desire to play those games than the games I have already purchased,
Yeah.
which is strange. I don't know why.
The newness,
Maybe.
like getting something different.
Yeah, maybe something I haven't heard of or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
Well, I used to do that with the 360 store. Remember how many games were in the 360? Towards
especially
at
towards
the
the
end of
arcade,
the life cycle,
you
you
know,
could just
arcade, yeah.
browse and browse and browse and be like, I never heard of this game. This looks awesome. Let's get it. That's how I found Dark Souls, actually. And then we started playing Dark Souls.
The
That's-
first Dark Souls.
Yeah, and so just tons and tons of games like that. Maybe that's also a draw. It's the treasure hunt that is inherent in a Game Pass.
I've also been trying to tidy up my games.
The groups help a lot for that.
I've uninstalled everything except the games I'm focused on right now.
I think that's a good practice. I've basically done the same thing. There's a little bit extra games that I know. For instance, the Batman Telltale game. I know at one point me and Tiffany are going to play that game and finish it together.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the mood to strike. You know.
Yeah.
Everything's got to line up perfectly.
Do you know what game is on Games with Gold this week or this month? It's the cook-off one. What's it
Oh,
called?
yeah.
Overcooked.
Overcooked.
Yeah.
I got that one. I installed it because I really want to play it with my wife.
Yeah.
That's a very fun game.
Yeah.
Speaking of games that you should play.
Good times. Great
your
question, Fitzy. Thank you very much for writing in. Again, if you'd like to submit a question, you can do so every week over to our mailbag via Patreon. Go check it out. Patreon.com/X1Bros. Mr. McSpicy, any plans this week? Gaming-wise, you're going to be back in Hitman. You're still mad at Hitman.
Yeah.
AC Odyssey.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I just bought that. And I love the feature to install it while
Yeah.
I'm sitting here.
Yeah, that is nice.
Hopefully it's installed by the time I go.
That is nice. Although with that feature, if a game isn't installed and I expect it to be installed, it does piss me off. Like, it's a little minor rage.
Well,
moment that I have.
actually,
But it's because
Yeah.
So the other day I was playing Forza,
so I didn't need to worry about Forza.
and all of a sudden, AC Odyssey is like popping up with all the DLC. So I know Jordan. Oh, Jordan must have just bought this. Yeah, it's the game share thing. I know.
Yeah, because we're like my home Xbox it downloads
Yeah.
to your home Xbox.
So
right?
when you buy online, like when I just did it on the browser, just barely, it automatically installs to your home Xbox. But now they have a list of all the Xboxes you've signed into.
Oh, so
and
you
can
choose.
check. I just checked. Yeah, it's been installing on that box right there.
Blown. I love that.
I just buy it straight from the Xbox. I haven't bought it from the online.
Oh,
Mind blown.
well, I mean, I
I
could,
like
I
that.
would have, but I was here on my computer.
like that.
I go
a
straight
lot.
to the source.
Well, the funny thing is there was like 5 Xboxes.
You're like,
I was like, and they're all named the same. I took a guess, so somewhere
I
in
think
the
it's this one.
somewhere in the universe,
People
there's
are
an
using
X-
someone just got AC Origin.
yeah, whoever I signed into.
It's like your nephews.
Yeah, I'll be playing that. Also, Forza. I cannot wait to be able to contribute to the clubs.
Dude, once you get
Yeah.
through it, it's really like, oh, this game is pretty good, and then it's like, it's like dying and going to heaven
yeah,
In a car.
in a car.
I can't wait because that's my only. I don't like to feel fatigued, and that's
No,
like
it really did. Even me. It took me 3 streams. Well, it took me 2.5 streams. But by the end of the 3rd streams, I was like, well, you saw it was late at night. I was getting frustrated. And then I couldn't figure out how to do a club because they've done clubs differently. Like,
Yeah,
it's
I
actually
remember.
using the clubs. So at the end, I was so frustrated. But it's because I was fatigued. Because I
Yeah.
just wanted to get through. And then the next day, I was able to enjoy it. That is a big criticism. You don't think they can change that?
No, it's in the game.
No, it's
like,
part
that's
of the
something like
game.
that'd be a huge.
That was a
overhaul.
mistake. I want to know their discussion in thinking that. Like, it's not.
Maybe-
At first, it's cool. You're like, oh, cool. This is like a really in-depth tutorial.
Maybe what they
But
could,
by the 2nd season, you're like, okay, I just want to get to the.
yeah. But
Ma-
do you really need a tutorial for a racing game?
No, you don't. It's just to experience it. That's what I'm saying. Just one race in every season. If you want to show off the seasons, and you're good.
Yeah.
maybe you could do like a skip to here type thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, at this point, it's kind of too late.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. And where can people find you, Nick Spicy?
Xbox Live, my gamer tag is Mr. McSpicy. And I'm Mr. McSpicy everywhere.
Jordan, your gaming room is going to be getting
Yeah.
set up this weekend. What are
Tomorrow
you
night.
most excited to sink your teeth into?
Well, I'm gonna play. I'm just like you guys. I'm gonna play Assassin's Creed Origins and Forza.
I'm not gonna lie, I've not been into it. Like even Origins, I know you guys really liked it. It just didn't appeal to me. I didn't have the energy to get into an open world
So
game.
why not? Well, why not?
That's why I didn't have the energy to get into an open world game.
Okay.
Like I don't.
Well said.
Like okay, at some point, there's too many open world games. I want a linear. Go and do this. Right? You
Okay.
know what I mean? Just let me follow a path. Rise, son of Romy.
They call that.
Linear?
I don't know.
I like saying Rise, son of Romy, where it's just a linear
Yeah.
game. But and so that's literally. I didn't want to. It stresses me out, and I think McSpicy can relate to this. It stresses me out when I jump into a game, and I know there's all these things to do, and I don't know. I don't like. Oh, I got to do this, but then I got to do this, and it's overwhelming sometimes in open world games for me.
Just choose a direction and start walking.
So I really have to just limit myself to open world games. This one makes me want to jump in.
Jordan convinced me during the show.
I mean, the excitement over jacked Leonidas,
And he's got
Whoa.
an awesome beard.
dude.
Dude,
He's got a jacked beard.
Dude, I just connected to him
I can see
when
that.
he just
I mean, you're
talked
a
to
pretty
General
jacked guy yourself.
General Tom, and he was just like, "Have you ever been fishing with your son?" He's like, "No."
Well,
General Tom.
I've
So did
only-
he finish that story? He's like, well, I have.
No.
I'm gonna miss it.
So
I'll
he-
finish the story later.
I'll finish
Let's
the
kick some
story
ass.
later.
He asked.
Well, we should. I'll
No,
take you fishing with my son.
because it's 300. They know what's about to happen, so they're like, that's why he asked him. He goes, "No, I've only had the honor of being a soldier," and he goes, "I I wish I could have gone fishing with my son. And they kind of like look at each other and they nod, and you're just like, oh man.
Oh, dude, this guy's about to die. And he knows
Yeah,
it.
and then he gives
jacked.
off.
Plus, he's jacked.
And he's jacked. Dude, he's like 80 years old and jacked.
He's about to have a jacked death in a jacked battle with his jacked body.
Oh, it was awesome.
And where can people find you?
Jordan the Man XOB everywhere.
I'm X1 Bros. I'm going to be playing some Madden. Come watch me stream that. I'm also going to be playing some Forza, and I'm going to try out and jump into AC Odyssey. It's going to be super fun. Join us. Thank you. That does us for this week. This has been episode 231. We are the X1 Bros. Thank you very much, everybody, for your support. Thank you for tuning in and listening. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have a podcast, and we love doing the podcast. Don't forget, one of the best ways you can help out the show is go leave us a review over on iTunes. Go subscribe to us over on iTunes. We're breaking into the top 100 over on iTunes, so help us do that. We will see you guys next time. Have a good week. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate you. We know it's a day early. It throws off everyone's schedules. But we love hanging out with you. Hope you guys had fun. We're going to say au revoir.
Yeah.
Adios.
Hold up.
Goodbye.
I want to do some music.
Peace out.
Do you want to do some different music?
Bye-bye. Let's do something different. We're going to do it by doing our Patreon credits. Thank you very much, everybody, for subscribing to us on Patreon. Thank you for subscribing to us on Mixer. We really sincerely appreciate
We'll do some cyberpunk, something exciting.
Let's do cyberpunk. Let's do cyberpunk. So here we go. We will see you guys next time. Until next time, here's our hashtag producer life credits. Boom, baby.
Put the credits on. Here you go.
Alpha X Builder.
The Alpha Man.
The Alpha Builder. He's an Alpha Builder.
Beast 420. You're awesome.
Yes. Cyber Assassin. Oh, with the Assassin.
Cerebra Assassin.
Chief Wiggum 86.
My brother from down under.
Chiefy. Mr. Dark Knight.
On the darkness of the night is
Hanzo.
exceedingly great.
You want to say?
Oh, Double D.
Dylan Domingo.
Dylan Domingo.
I said like the last.
The other Double D. Dominic
Fazio.
Fazio.
Oh, it's Freaky RO. What a cool pose.
What is that? What is that?
Forza.
That's Fortnite.
Oh,
That's Fortnite?
Free Radical with No Man's Sky.
That's No Man's Sky. That was a cool picture.
Yeah. Greg Cheney. of
Greg
course.
Cheney.
Like a
Oh,
boss.
yeah, just charging the alien.
Shadow beating
Ooh,
boss.
Happy Mayo, the Tenno.
Happy
Mayo.
Dappy. It's Happy
A
Dappy.
Tenno.
Happy Mayo.
Ken of All Dreams.
I do like that picture.
PUBG.
That's PUBG.
Yeah.
PUBG.
Some of these, I
Michael Contini.
That's Halo.
Nicest
No,
man
that-
on
that's
the planet.
Fortnite.
It's Fortnite.
don't mess with my head.
R56 Cooper. That's
Oh,
Forza.
Yes. That's Forza.
Forza.
That's your Forza avatar.
And of course, Batman with Reactor Link.
Reactor League has Batman going on. Richard Brown in some Mario.
Ronan.
Rodin.
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye.
007.
Classic.
Terry Essepi.
Playing some Hearthstone.
Hearthstone.
The Shadow Navy with none other than F-Zero. I don't know.
Tier 1 Ops. Playing some
Pinball.
Playing some Madden.
Yes. And last but not least, it's Wheezy Deezy, Wheezy Whistle with Farming Simulator.
Thanks everybody for watching. We love you guys.
Have a great week. Bye-bye.
We'll see you next week.